He became one?
He really did.
Damn.
He talking about I'm in management. I said, what the hell is that?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's here. We here with Nikki.
What's up, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? And your boy Real. We just have a random talk right now. I guess, again, decided not to show up. It's all gravy. It is what it is.
Juju,
but,
you know you wrong for that. I'm gonna call your ass out, bruh. Juju vibes, your ass supposed to be here at 7 o'clock, and it's damn.
She said, "What is wrong,
It's damn
bro?
7:35. You should have been came. You know that's bad for your brand. Don't do those type of things, bruh.
Don't do it."
It's
But
just not a good thing to do.
here we go. At the just camera. Why everything look like it's so messed up? Like tape for don't it? I don't know. But anyways, we sitting here talking about intuition.
That is true. That is exactly what we're talking about.
And it's quite interesting how intuition works. You know.
You seem to have a very good discernment in things.
What do you mean by discernment?
That's what intuition is tied to. Discernment. The ability to decipher situations.
Okay.
To be able to see
Hey, look,
working for you or not.
I just want to make sure I'm on the same,
intuition,
I'm
all
on the
those things
same
are tied
page
to
as
each other.
you.
Yeah.
But no, also too, again, niggas here to educate your boy on
Oh my God,
things.
please stop.
What?
You know what I read?
What?
About intelligent people? So I guess I would be considered intelligent.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know why you wouldn't think that.
Well, no. I do. I'm just saying I consider myself to be intelligent.
Right.
But I heard intelligent people tend to be more alone.
No, that is true.
Really? Is it?
No.
Like more lonely, I should say. Like, what up, Jamie?
Like,
what's up?
like,
with
like, for example, like,
is that
I consider
That's
myself
wrong.
intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
to
And
be intelligent?
yeah, and I am alone. I mean, even
Like
look at Nikola Tesla. His social life was alone.
He was very
Albert
lonely.
Einstein, when he wasn't in the lab,
He was lonely.
he was lonely. You know what I'm saying? It's just that way. The main thing is because it is. When you sit there and talk about things that are interesting to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I talk about surgery a lot, motherfuckers don't know a lot of them don't. All they can do is just listen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to turn it
So,
off?
Yes, please.
all they don't hit the camera, man. Why you blocking the camera, G? Cause a lot of them can't relate. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. They would like to hear, so all they do is just listen. You know what I'm saying? Or because they can't discuss it, they don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? So
I read that somewhere, and it was like intelligent people tend to be more alone or tend to be lonelier. And I was like, man, that seems like such a true thing. And I think the more intelligible you become or the more enlightened you become, right, the more lonely you are. Like, you don't have as many people around you, man. It's just...
But did it say why?
It didn't really say why, but like I think that was the point, like to kind of expound on it a little, like what you said, like just the interest in what you're talking about is so dope to you. Like, who wants to sit around and talk about etymology with me? Except for probably you. But like, what dude am I dating that's like, oh yeah, what?
None.
You want to talk about etymology?
Well, see,
okay?
that's the
like
thing.
for me, it's like, who's gonna sit and want to talk about that shit?
But see, that's the thing. But see, that's also too why we gotta know who we with, because
Right.
at the same time, you gotta, like, for me, like, I'm turned on by intelligence.
Right.
Like, yo,
That's great. I know.
educate
your wife,
my
like you
fucking
said,
ass.
And
You
like
know
you
what I'm
said, your wife is super smart.
Oh, she took me to this lab one time. They built a laser, yo. That shit had me fucked up. I was like, oh, god damn, it was going all over the room and shit. But no, she's real smart, and I love that. I really love intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And for me, all it makes me want to do is just pick your brain.
To get more
Just pick your brain, learn what you know. You know what I'm saying? Just like, golly, please tell me more.
Sure.
For like example, like etymology, tarot cards. I mean, fuck everything you done brought in this motherfucker. I'm like,
You be reading tarot cards?
I
yeah,
do.
bro.
No shit.
Yeah.
I did
Bro,
read for him
she
before.
does a lot, G. Like,
You can read horoscopes and
I don't read horoscopes. I do study astrology, so I know a little bit about it. I have like a really dope book. I'll bring it, but it pretty much touches on everything.
I got
Like
an astrology book right there.
Do you have the only astrology book you ever need?
Boy, I
Got that
can't
one?
wait when people be wanting me to
Oh
get
my God,
ride.
bring it! I have 2 really good ones too to share. That way you can kind of
talk some shit about a book.
the other crazy thing
I love
is
that.
too is I also kind of like relate or gravitate more to like female friends and shit. Like when I was in high
because you're
school,
more like
when I was in high school, my best friend was female. That was from elementary through high school. So
because you know what it is. It's not that you're not like super beta, but you're not like super alpha male. You know how like some dudes are just like you know what I'm saying? Very like super masculine energy.
Yeah.
You're more like chill and relaxed, so women can kind of be around you, and it's cool.
And I got my older sister, my mom's,
and you've been around a lot of feminine energy.
Yeah, a
so
lot.
So you kind of know how to relate to women better.
So
and you're more empathetic to women's energy. Like you can talk to a woman, and it's not this disrespectful energy. It's kind of like, and you're not one of those guys that's like super. You know how like when we were talking to Clayboy and all that. Remember I told you, and it was very like oh well, you know. And let me say this, and then like a lot of dudes are so it's a bravado thing. You don't have a lot of that.
That's
like
what
a lot of dudes have that. You don't.
Well, because one, there's a couple things for me. One, I'm not ashamed to admit when I'm wrong, to apologize. I mean, fuck, I feel bad when I do small shit. I'm like, God damn it. You know, I'm so sorry.
Hey,
So,
look at you.
Complete horoscope interpretation.
I love
completing
this.
agenda.
Ooh.
Astrology on reincarnation. Power of fixed stars.
Nice.
The galactic alignment.
Yes.
Planets in composition.
Yeah, look at
And this
got
what
the
you
whole
want.
library.
The new astrology.
Hey,
Nigga, what?
Okay, I love this.
What?
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at your
I
collection.
studies.
This was a good one too.
Nigga don't know shit, but I study. Goddamn.
Well, you know a lot then. You just being. So this one is in
You know
comparison
a lot.
to the
You
Chinese
just-
zodiac
Let's
too.
put it like this. Nobody's stupid. They just might be.
I got a library. I wait for niggas
No
to lie.
common sense.
They might not have. They might
it
not
up.
have enough knowledge on certain issues or topics or shit like that. That's how I look at
I
it.
get motivated
So this one
on
has the Chinese
proving folk
astrology
wrong when they think they know what they talking about. See, then I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know how to read. Goddamn.
And that's the way how you learn. Read
And I
and
know
read
right here, this
out.
say that's a lie.
The main thing motherfuckers tell you is to read.
That right there say that's a lie. See, that's how I do niggas.
I think that's a
Then
lie.
they want me to elaborate the whole book. Nah,
dope.
I'm that right there. That
Do
right
you-
there.
Have you done your natal chart?
See, here you go asking shit I don't know. What's a natal chart?
This. That's a natal chart. So this is basically your chart, and it is pretty much your aspects. So,
I'm a Gemini. What's up on that? Point me
Well-
to some Gemini stuff.
Gemini is gonna be very general because you are Gemini in your sun sign. That's your, the general
This
characteristics
the
of your
same book
personality.
right here got stuff. You got what's that?
That's a start. That's a chart. So
That's
it's
what
like
I
your
said.
energies and stuff.
See
like
how I
that.
can relate stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but
This
you
is
have
the
so
same-
much at your fingertips. You should be studying
I do.
this.
I ain't
Have
got-
you done this? No. You need to do your wife's chart, your daughter's, your everybody. You know why?
About
Because
to be a
what
guru around this. I'm 50 now, but it's in my guru stage.
But
See,
what
I
it
have to-
is this is helpful because it helps you to relate to your family. It teaches you what energies you guys are working with. That is a very important component, man, in life. When you're dealing with families and building
Y'all
families
gonna get
and
some of these books.
children. Yeah. I'm going to bring my other astrology books, too. I have some really dope ones, too.
Or y'all can come to the spot
So
and
look.
we can have some
This
building
right
and
here is a good
teaching.
one. So
I
this
got
is
the books. I just
Cafe
need some
Astrology
scholars
is a
to
good
show
website.
up
You
so I
put
can
in
argue
your
with
date
you.
of birth, you put in the time, and you put in the place
Time of what? Like
of
today?
birth, what time you were born. You need to ask your
I don't
mama.
know that. Ask your
Man.
mama.
Ask your mama.
let's
Now,
see.
what you can do a general where you
I bet
put
my
in
mama
12
don't know.
noon, and that is when the sun is at its highest point. So whatever the sun is in at that time, it's going to kind of give you an the most accurate
You
reading.
know what I'm saying? So you ain't out of the
So
camera.
let me see if I can find it. But yeah, go here.
I'm gonna call
Natal
her.
chart.
I'm gonna put my mama on blast, y'all. I'm gonna call her right now.
You ain't
Aunt
got
Cindy,
I'm gonna be like, Mom.
what you doing, girl?
I'm like, Mom. What
Need
time?
natal
What time was
astrology,
I
let's
born
see.
at?
Here we go. So this is natal chart right here, and you would go on to Cafe Astrology. This is a good one to go, or you can go on Astro Theme. That's another good one too.
Cafe
y'all.
Astrology.
Or
All
Astro
right, y'all.
Theme
We
is
about
a
to
good
y'all
one.
about to hear my mom.
Oh, I love it. We get to finally hear your mom.
Yeah,
That's cool.
the white lady.
And my auntie.
If she answers the phone, she be black as a motherfucker.
See,
Be
we
wearing
all-
the phone
Well,
and
she's
shit.
we
in,
been-
is she on East Coast time?
She,
as
she
one.
in Denver Central.
Oh, okay. So she's still up there.
Yeah,
We don't got no color boundary in this family.
He said no color boundaries.
I'm black as hell, and they on the other side of the
so say,
spectrum,
for instance,
and we all
this is what it's
family.
gonna be. So noon would be the highest point of the sun. So okay, we're gonna put your name in anyway, and we're just gonna do it just on what we have since we didn't answer the phone. And then date of birth is
Who we using?
him. You want to do yours?
No, go ahead and do him first.
What's your date of birth?
10/5/78.
So you're
Either.
78. Okay. You're a true Libra too, Lord. Oof.
Yeah, we was talking about that one day.
You a scale.
Huh?
You a scale.
What's your birth?
Yeah.
That's why when y'all off balance, it's just
Peak
all
Cancer.
bad, huh?
Okay. And that also is
My
so
son's a
intricate,
Libra. That's
too.
how I know.
It's an intricate
Wesley?
thing.
West Dog.
Did y'all know
Shouts
there
out
was
to
a
West
Topeka
Dog.
in
Go check him
Illinois?
out
What?
on IG,
Topeka, Illinois.
Facebook.
Yeah.
There's all kind of stuff. Okay.
Or you can
so
go on my page and check him out.
Here's your natal chart right here. There's a
He just
breakdown.
dropped something
All right, let me check this out.
recently.
So your three main ones, which will be in these books that Jay has, will be your
Books.
sun, moon, and then your ascendant. So, like, these are the ones that are your main aspects. So the sun sign is just the general one, like who you actually are, like when you're, your general character, Libra energy, right? Moon sign is more the intimate, who you are inside, who people don't know, who they don't really get to see. But a Scorpio moon is totally different from a sun Scorpio. So you know how like when we talk about like, Scorpios in general text, like how Hope was, would be totally different from you in the moon situation. Because it's more it's called a lunar Scorpio.
So all these other signs are
Planetary
related
energy.
to me.
Yes. That's your chart. As accurate as I can get it based off of the fact that we don't have your time.
Well, right, I understand.
I was born at 9 o'clock.
But help me understand.
9 a.m. p.m.
But help me understand why, okay.
I don't know.
So the sun and the Libra. All right. So tell me about that.
Sun and Libra. So that's your general character. So your sun sign is your general personality characteristics. So when a person says, "What sign are you?" "Oh, I'm a Libra." So Libran energy, you're born in October, you're air or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's your element, so on and so forth. You have an aloofness to you, charismatic. Yeah, like aloof, charismatic personality, stuff like that. So you're just talking about general character.
Okay.
What people are going to say about you, what is your makeup in regards to your character. Then you're going to say, okay, well, who is he inside?
Spell it.
Like more of a hidden aspect of his personality, his true nature.
So
that would be your moon.
Okay, but all right.
Because the moon deals with hidden,
so it's my inner self,
unknown.
the moon. So how does the Scorpio come into play?
Because that's what sign that when you were born that the moon was in. Every planet was in a sign when you were born.
Mm-hmm.
At the exact, and that's why it's so important to know the time that you were born. Because do you see the degrees right here?
Yeah.
They actually change predicated on the time. So like you can have it where and it's all deacons. So like deacons are considered from 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30.
You talking about Deacon Johnson's and the deacons in the church?
No, they're like
two different deacons. Okay.
Deacons are like degrees or like the actual like I guess degree of that energy at the time of your birth. So like depending on which deacon you're in, that also determines the energy, how effective it is. If you're kind of going out of Scorpio when you're born, if it's at like 25 point whatever, it's not going to be as powerful as if you're in the middle. If you're between 10 and 20 or whatever, where you're fixed. Because it's 3 different types. It's so intricate. But cardinal energy, fixed energy, and mutable. And every sign is that too.
Cardinal energy is the power, the foundation of the energy,
It's
right?
beginning. It's the start.
All
so
right.
cardinal starts
Foundation.
everything.
That's
it
what I like.
begins
Cardinal.
everything. And you're actually considered cardinal energy because Libra
Nikki,
starts.
can I smoke with you?
I was like, you holding it over there. And then, no, I'm good. And then fixed is,
I was trying to pass to you.
no, I don't want it. Fixed is where it's more locked in energy, so it's more rooted and it's not going to be as adjustable as I guess manipulated. It's a little bit more locked in. That's fixed energy. So a Leo would be fixed, just depending on what sign it is.
All right, so I got Scorpio.
Well, you have a Scorpio moon, but I'm just telling you what those energies are. Every sign is either cardinal, fixed, or mutable. Virgo would be considered mutable
Virgo,
energy.
look, I just pulled it up.
Right. Virgo would be considered mutable because it's more adjustable, adaptable. That's what mutable energy is. So you'll find that those signs tend to, as it's contradictory as hell, because like with Virgo, like we're a little bit more meticulous and rigid. Yeah.
I don't know. This is how I read. I just opened the book. Pow!
You just want to read something random?
Guided by the Spirit. Amen.
So tell me about Mercury.
You ain't gonna let me read. The Spirit has moved me, and you don't let me.
Brother.
Virgo. Medieval Europe honored her transforming power in the guise of the Black Madonna.
That's what I just told you about.
And mainstream Christianity reserved a special place for her as the Mother of God. Throughout history, Hermetic, see them words, Hermetic.
Hermetic.
That's religion. That's Egyptian right there.
That is.
I just want to point that out.
That's law.
That's law. So is the Black Madonna, but I digress. Hermetic teachings preserved core information about Isis. That's another Egyptian term that they're trying to use as Greek. And okay, I'll digress. Without overtly revealing her identity, which was strictly prohibited. In fact, nigga, now look at this word. I'm gonna get it too.
Go.
Obscurantist, obscurantist.
I'd be proud to
Obscurantist tendency of
obscurant.
East, man, they trying to trick a nigga. Let me esotericism. Esotericism.
Yes, there you go.
God damn it, work with me.
Work it.
And notice in how the Isis symbology was transformed to the zodiacal sign of Virgo. There's no way to really tell when we break. This happened, but it might have been during the age when the equinox corresponded with the Pleiades around 2200 BC. And we are in 2200 AD right now, ain't we?
There's his Pleiadian agenda right there.
The vernal equinox became the marker for the shifting ages of the zodiac. But as we mentioned before, the important reference of these zodiacal alignments were often to the solstice position 90% away. That's what you're talking about, the degrees, the deacons.
The deacons.
This seems to be the case with the identification of Isis with Virgo, although as the galactic center, she stands in Sagittarius.
20 to 30.
It was safer to place her 90. See, I don't know. I'm just reading.
It's okay.
Away in Virgo, so I'm not comprehending.
You know what it is? Because you want to make sure that whatever you're reading.
They lost me right around here.
Because they're now just kind of explaining the origin.
Shit.
It sounds
what are these houses?
Milky Way.
The houses are different aspects of your experience. So like your first house is your ascendant, which deals with who you are, who you project yourself outwardly to, and that's also your first house.
I need to find Gemini.
So that's your outer self. Or say your 10th house or 12th house deals with how endings and how you're going to die and things of that nature. So every house has an aspect. There's house 3 that deals with family, friends, and your relationships. You see what I'm saying? Every house is an issue of an aspect, and there's a planetary energy that sits in that house when you were born that literally navigates and structures your experience. So a lot of the stuff that you experience is not by chance. That's why they be like, oh, free will and all that. Yeah, you do have the right to choose, but there's also a blueprint for your life. That's what your astrology chart is. There's aspects like these, like planetary energies are literally like entities, energies that you have made soul contracts with, that you have agreed upon certain things with before you manifested into this planet. And you pretty much have said, hey, based off what you need to experience, I'm going to come down and I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to walk this way. I'm going to go this path in order for you to kind of vicariously experience that through me.
Vicarious.
Because the body itself is a vessel that everybody doesn't have access to. You got souls all over the place, but if you have a vehicle, you can navigate out here.
You can smash out.
But they give you certain gifts, they give you certain access, so you can express through you. They can express through you based off of what you are doing, your life. So these, like I was telling you, these are your elements. So I went straight to it. It's so interesting. When we were talking about it, it went straight to it. Cardinal, fixed, immutable. Every sign is a representation of these. So,
and listen, based on that, the Spirit has moved me.
Again,
amen. And I want to read some scriptures that apply as we speak now.
Right.
In Western astrology terms, we are entering the age of Aquarius, which we are.
We are in.
Thus, these two extremes can be identified by the astrological ages of Leo and Aquarius.
Right.
Tibet can be understood as representing the golden age and the start of the descent or fall of mankind. Amen. Can we back up? And the start of the descent or fall. It says descent or fall. It's in limbo, descent or fall. It's not written. Wait, let me finish reading. This is good. Let me finish reading. Amen. Tibet can be understood as representing the golden age and the start of the descent or fall of mankind, which occurred at the commencement of the age of Leo, 13,000 years ago. America centered on the Mississippi, amen, and the God damn it, these words. Eschatological cosmology encoded into the pyramid of Kukulkan. Oh man, here we go. At Chichen locates the dawn of age of Aquarius. That's the Mayan temple ruins and stuff. That's the South American Kukulkan. I don't know what he's doing in this book, but okay. And beginning of the ascent phase, clues throughout all the Americas seem to signal our entry into the new age, and we shall explore evidence for this in Peru, Guatemala, and Washington, D.C.
Nigga, we ain't in church, my nigga.
Hey, nigga, I'm reading. Hey, the spirit has moved, amen.
My nigga, we on a talk show. We ain't in church.
Be still, Satan. Be still, Satan. Let me read.
Motherfucker,
this model of geography, a procession assumes a westward flow of history. I'm just trying, ain't this all applying? This got America specifically. And I will stop there, for we have been interrupted by the unseen forces. But we will.
This nigga said unforeseen
forces.
Yes, amen.
Say this. Everybody with books and stuff, like all the stuff that he has is dope. It's
See, when you open these books, wisdom come flowing out. All you got to do is read.
There's so much knowledge in here, but it's all applicable to like the
Look, and I just keep. Can I read? I keep turning to pages. The spirit is moving.
Nigga,
circles of
podcast, nigga, because we trying to talk. Nigga.
The galaxy in South America.
Nigga. God damn, James.
I know, but boy, this we got.
Well,
all right,
I feel you. I feel you, nigga.
Well, I'll get to teaching around this.
We try to talk. We ain't trying to be in church, nigga.
I will conclude with that.
God damn it.
Amen. As we see Satan to my left, he is my brother.
This nigga call me a Satan, nigga.
It's all we all got the devil in me. It's your day to be Satan. Just play the character, nigga. That's all we doing.
My character, nigga.
We all playing the character of Satan and God. It's all you want to. It's just a back and forth game of chess spiritually. Amen.
That's true.
And I digress.
I'm done.
Ugly ass.
Well, you have a lot of dope books. It just
I got the shit.
Everything in regards to this stuff is like repetitive knowledge. It's just an issue of like you take from each thing what you know is to be the same concepts over and over again, and you know those things are applicable. Then everybody has their opinions. Like in here, she's describing how she sees Libras to be, and then she's giving you general information that's applicable to a Libran person. Like you guys are from the 24th until the 23rd of September to October. The ruler of Libra is Venus, also along with Taurus. The element is air. And like I told you, the cardinal quality, which is a good thing when it comes to beginning projects. You're not really good at finishing shit, but you're excellent at starting stuff. You need to start something or you need energy that's going to propel you to begin. A Libra is amazing at that. Now, when it comes to the continuous flow of that, they can lose track. They can become a little bit aloof. They can kind of get unfocused. Some of the qualities of Librans are justice, aesthetics, so how things look, beauty, stuff like that, charm, gentility, equilibrium, so balance, and then idealism. So y'all have a tendency to be idealists. Like everything's like, well, I want it to be the right situation, and it has to be just, and it has to be the right way, and and it's like everything don't work that way. So there's a bit of, that's where I think that aloofness comes from, because it's like y'all really want shit to be like, it should be ideal, the ideal situation.
finna use that. BJ on that aloof shit again. Here we go, acting all aloof.
Now, some of your downfalls in this particular book are quarrelsomeness, a little bit of manipulation,
Bingo, quarrelsomeness. Bingo.
I'm going to Gemini next.
Yeah,
Procrastination.
Get this nigga.
Procrastination. So a little bit of procrastination.
Okay.
Self-indulgence. So a little bit of overindulging. Like maybe eating too much of bad things, smoking a little bit too much weed, things of that nature. You get what I'm saying?
Shoot a shot.
No.
You know, I'm about to.
I'm just saying.
I'm about to smoke another blunt because of that shit.
But anything in access.
Indulgence.
But anything in access is bad. Even healthy things. Sometimes you have to take a break. Indecision, so a bit of indecisiveness.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And talkativeness.
I don't know that.
A lot of that shit.
Talkativeness. That's good.
I've been listening to you two motherfuckers, yo.
But there's an aspect of you that can be
go to
extremely
Gemini.
I am.
But
Gemini
you gotta joust it with you. You gotta get your word in with BJ. You gotta stab it in there right quick. Listen, nigga, let me holler at you for a second.
Nigga, stop.
May 22nd to June 21st.
When's your birthday?
June 11th. It just
So he
passed.
almost at the end.
The big five.
No, he's in the beginning almost. He's actually almost in the true Gemini. Because that's from the 1st of June to the 10th. But he's right after.
On the
so he
scale
would be
from 1 to 10, I'm an 11.
He would be considered a handover. Because
Born on the
if
11th.
you're after that 10th
Handover,
day,
man.
you were kind of touched by the next energy
By
after
gods.
you, which is Cancer.
Touched by
But
gods.
it's not as extreme for him. Like a person who's on like the 20th, they're considered a major handover. Because it's like, shit, you got a lot of that Cancerian energy touching you. Like me, I'm literally right on Libra. I'm the 18th. So like a lot of Libran energy is like right there. So you'll find that I'm not your average Virgo.
I couldn't be like, more collaborated. I'm born on the 11th. It's like that was.
He's close to the
perfectly
true Gemini
set.
energy.
I'm true Gemini.
So air is your element, and then Mercury.
We got it in the air.
Go on, put it in the air.
Mercury is your ruling planet, which is mine too. So it's all about intellect with Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that nigga always trying to.
But that's what me and him
listen
both
to
have
the nigga
the
a lot of
same.
times.
You don't listen.
Nigga, shut the fuck up.
Don't
I
nobody
do
listen
too.
to me.
Nigga, them niggas don't listen to you.
You be listening to me, my brother?
Yeah.
All right, then. We gonna be
Yeah,
all right.
ass motherfucker, I do.
That's how we got here, huh?
The
We all
quality
right?
is
Like, what
mutable
kind of
energy,
bullshit,
so
nigga?
very kind of like adaptable, changeable. You're not really.
And I comprehend what the fuck you
You're
be saying,
kinda
because
like,
if I don't,
oh,
I'ma
nothing wrong
ask
with
and you
that.
know that shit, nigga.
Quarrelsome.
Fuck you.
Quarrelsome.
Fuck you. Again, nigga.
There's a bit of that.
Shit.
So Gemini, quick-witted.
Very.
Very.
Okay, I'm trying to get this myself.
It's okay. Go ahead, girl.
Work with me. I'm
Pre-spicy?
complicated.
What is it?
What is it? Pre-spice. Okay, somebody else sound
Let me go
that
and
shit
get
out.
that
Go
for you.
on,
Let me
James.
go
What
and
is
get
that?
that.
What?
Let me say it. Perspicacity. I can say the C.
Let me
City.
see. You done fucked up too. Let me see.
Okay,
Percacity.
You done fucked up too.
Perspicacity.
Which one?
The one with the P.
The one you can't read. I'm that. If it's good, I'm that.
Pre something. I'm normally
Persisticity.
There you go. So maybe really persistent.
I'm persistent.
Well, persistity. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm very persistent.
Okay, there you go.
Very.
Oh, he very persistent.
Persistity.
That
Girl,
nigga
just
very
say
persistent.
persistence.
I'm
What is
very
this?
persistent, girl.
Right, they gotta
Don't
use
fuck
the
with me.
elegant
Flexibility.
words for your ass.
Flexibility.
I'm very flexible.
Versatility.
Very versatile.
Yeah.
Performer.
Oh, that's me.
Performance.
All that.
And then dexterity.
See, now listen, this is actually me, y'all. Now quit.
Okay, but you
I
gotta
hold
get-
a lot of. I got a lot of
what's
weight
your
on this.
sin?
What's my sin?
Everyone's got sins.
Mm-hmm.
That
I've
was
been the
his.
same.
Your
I ain't
sins
the
are
only one.
impatience.
Very
Now,
impatient.
mind you,
Very impatient. You taking too long
My
right
nigga,
now.
how my
Leave
nigga
this motherfucker.
stupid, yo?
that was like taking too long now.
Yeah,
Keep going.
reading, nigga.
Keep going,
reading.
goddammit.
Get to the good shit. Come on.
What is it? Glibness?
I don't know what the hell.
I
What?
don't know what glib means.
Look it up.
Listen, I'm about to look it up. I gotta know what that is. My
Yeah.
damn self, nigga.
Glibness.
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 Let's hold on. I'm about
Gemini got all that, huh?
That and then inconsistency,
That's
Yup.
true.
and then self-deception. So you
Wait.
tend to deceive yourself.
Ooh, let's
Ooh.
talk
You might
about
think
that.
you may think that you know.
That nigga be fronting.
Yeah,
That's
like-
what he
yeah.
said.
No, hold up,
No.
man.
He may, it might not even be that he's friend. It might be that he may have convinced himself of something.
Oh, well, I'm convinced
that he's done or he's achieved or he might have executed.
I'm a fool
and
or
he
a
did not.
clown,
That did
nigga,
not.
I'm doubling down.
You hear that? Because it didn't happen.
Because you may not have executed it, or you may have not achieved what you think, and you might be telling yourself some deceptive things.
Right,
like,
but that means
good.
I ain't,
or it could be mental health.
I'm
things.
still
It could
trying
be like,
to achieve it though. I ain't achieved it yet. I give him that.
Or it could be like, I'm good, I'm okay, and you're not. And you're really going through something, or you're dealing with something.
Definitely.
And that's self-deception too, where you lie yourself.
Listen, let me tell you this. I done convinced myself that don't nothing hurt. I done that.
But that's self-deceptive because you are
bleeding
hurt.
like a motherfucker. I'm good though. Don't worry about that. I'll cuss you out.
See?
Don't worry about me bleeding, nigga. We not talking about that. We talking about you.
But that
I do that.
That's deceptive.
So here's
Can't
gleedness.
deceive you.
Oh yeah, I done deceived
Here's
myself in
gleedness, nigga.
pain.
Here's gleedness on you. You ready?
What is gleedness?
All right, it's a noun. The quality of being easily fluent, especially in a way that is thoughtless, superficial, or insincere. There's a certain glibness that comes with trying to package big, complex ideas and distill them into very consumable chunks. After a while, her glibness makes you wonder if you can trust her.
In a nutshell, you could be an asshole. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, saying that you
present
you
things.
try to
present it like you really know what you're talking about, or you present it in a way to where it comes off as if it's not genuine. And then it can be like, oh, people start questioning your motive. Like, is that really real? Or is it really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you saying something, but it sound good, but then it'd be like, wait.
It's like saying you a doctor, but where's your credentials?
It come off kind of phony. Like,
that's me.
It come off kind of phony. Like, it come off like, oh, I'm telling you, I'm about this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But it come off kind of superficial.
Until I show you. Yep, I do that. I don't look like, look. I don't look like I'm running a business, do I?
Another one is superficiality. So that goes along with glibness.
For me,
So
I know
it's
it's not
that you're fake.
No,
It's
superficial ain't fake.
It
It means kind of like shallow.
Like it's not like there's no depth to that. Like it may be a little bit.
I'm a Gemini. I give you a pool to swim in.
No, you give.
If I give you a pool to swim in, it ain't give that's it you got. You
it's
ain't
not
getting
a
no
pool
deep.
that you're giving. You're giving like, in a sense, a puddle.
That's
what
you're presenting a pool, but it's a puddle. That's the best example I can give you.
I'm presenting a pool.
Like you're like, it's this, and it's so deep, and I'm so profound.
I don't lie.
No, you don't. You
can't find nobody that
what
embellish
embellish?
a bold-faced lie.
But when you're
what embellish means?
A lot of times.
Yeah, I know what embellish.
That's what
like
you're
you'll
doing.
like you'll tell somebody
right now, or you're speaking about it.
No, what she's saying, not
I
right now.
embellish.
Like you embellish something. Like you make it seem bigger than what it is.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you'll say something and it really
Big
ain't
mouth,
that big.
big money.
There you go. And
it's really pocket change.
God damn it, but we gonna get there. God damn it.
Right.
And indecisive.
We gonna get there. Amen.
And indecisive.
You all over the place with it.
Yeah, I'm scatterbrained.
Can't make up your
I'm
mind.
a jack of all trades,
master
master of none.
I'm scatterbrained.
All right, it's my turn.
Go
Share
ahead,
my
let's
world.
hear it.
Let's see.
And this is also my wife.
But let me say this:
what's
when I'm
Vito?
good at something, I can be scatterbrained.
Because
I can pick it up quick.
But you probably can be more effective if you weren't as
exactly. I can be way more effective.
So that's where I be telling your ass to focus, nigga.
Focus, nigga. Yeah,
you do have to.
I can, but
you just gotta zero in on it. That's all.
You have
because
to,
if
nigga.
you don't focus on one thing, you never get anything accomplished.
I done told this nigga this
I'm
shit.
ambidextrous.
This
and what's
nigga
the
does
other
not like
thing?
But he does possess dexterity.
What's ambidextrous?
And
then when
dexterity means the
when you
ability
do two
to
things
juggle
at one
multiple
time.
things.
I'm not saying he can't.
Ambidextrous is that, but that's also
another
dexterity where you
word
have
to
the
I'm not
ability
saying he
to-
can't, but when you go to something, when you try and put something together on a bigger scale, you need to focus on that
I'm
more.
ambidextrous, and I can do two things at one time, and then I trip myself up. I do shit like that all the time, like a juggler. I like to juggle until I drop shit, and then I get mad.
Out there. I don't want to.
Yeah, go.
Somebody
Thank you.
That's why I'm glad that all of a sudden that bee, that shit scared the shit out of me the first time you put it in there.
He banging on my kids.
Yeah, why y'all
You banging on my kids? James, you banging on my children? James, you banging on my children?
Oh yeah, I'm
Ooh,
old.
Lord. He said, why you open up that door? I said, ooh.
You can't be letting kids open up doors.
Can we turn on the air? That was hot. And I got hot again.
Oh, he must have turned
He
it up.
did because he said
I will.
so.
Yes, I'm
Turn it off just
old.
a
I
little.
will discipline all
Okay,
kids. That's
y'all
'cause I
ready
love
for
them.
mine? Are y'all ready for
Yeah,
mine?
I'm listening because my
Your
wife
wife
is
is
also
good, too.
Virgo.
Okay.
And
August the 24th and it's September 23rd is the end. So that's the range of Virgo energy.
my wife is September 2nd, so she's
a true. Mason is number 1. He's the first, and then I'm the 18th. So, ruler is Mercury, just like his. So intellect is a big thing for us. That's the planet of intellect, mind, brain, power, whatever you want to call it. Element is Earth energy. What in the heck? That's my kid again.
See, that's what I'm talking
Yo,
about.
we gotta
Go
check
get
that
him.
door, yo.
Let me go check my children.
I'm
'cause
very secure
I mean-
about stuff.
I mean, they ain't.
Okay, now that wasn't him. That
Oh, that was Clay. Okay.
But is the door locked though?
Clay, it was a lot.
Well, can y'all lock it back? And then mutable is the sign, so like his, so very like adaptable, changeable. You know, you kind of roll with the punches of things. You're not fixed and just locked in. You're like, okay, I can roll with that. I can do that. Oh, no big deal. You know. Okay, so Virgos are the following: lucidity, so very lucid or just kind of, huh?
I was gonna say elusive.
Well, lucid.
Lucifer.
Lucidity.
Who said Lucifer?
No, it's lucidity.
Discriminating, which is a good thing because it allows you to have, you know, an ability to choose what you want to partake in, what you don't. You know, it allows you to be like, no, not gonna participate. You see what I'm saying? Courtesy, very courteous people. So very big on, hey, what can I do? I'm helpful. Let me be. Helpers of the zodiac. That's who we are. Practical. We sound so boring, don't we? We're not that boring, though, I promise. Service. I told you. Service.
I promise.
Servers of the zodiac. So we're the servants. We are very big on servitude, service, being of service to people, that humanitarianism and all that. That's Virgo's energy anyway. And then decorum. So just manners, you know, how you present yourself, you know, your presentation, the way you look. Decorum, just having a level of like everything is on point, whatever. Okay, your sin, Virgo. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I know you want to hear this shit. Nitpicky.
Oh, motherfuckers.
We are because we're very critical, so we tend to look at everything.
She ain't lying on the critical.
We're very critical signs, so we'll look at somebody and be like, oh my god, why is her shoes brown and her socks are green, and what do you have on, and you didn't put on any deodorant, and you didn't do. I mean, we're very because everything in our world has to be perfect, even though we know that that's not a realistic thing when you're dealing with other people. Even for us, it's a down, you know, it's a high expectation.
My wife lets it be known, though.
Yeah, they'll tell you. Negativism.
Yeah, she can be negative.
We can be very pessimistic in our thinking. And, you know, snobbery. We can be very snooty.
I don't know.
It is, I mean,
Maybe I haven't seen it with her towards other people, but, well,
snobbery.
Yeah, I have.
Who
Yeah, I
is a
have.
snob?
Let me stop.
Snob.
Let
A
me
little
stop.
snobby, right?
Mhm.
Not as accepting, not as tolerant, because Virgos can be very intolerant.
Let me stop.
Until they mature enough to say, hey, okay, I understand everyone's everyone. You have to let people be. But Virgos can be very snobby at first. Like,
Oh,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
Now I thought about it. My wife is snobby.
Mm-hmm.
We was coming out the elevator this past weekend at P.O.L.O. Station.
Mm.
And
Hey, baby.
It's like watching cussing words.
Okay, we'll tell her to stop.
Stop.
Go back out there.
She was, we was coming out, we was trying to get into the elevator, and this other lady was coming out.
Mhm.
But she stood in front of the hallway where we couldn't get into the doors.
Mhm.
Blocked us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my wife told her about herself.
Mm-hmm. Snobby. Meticulous.
And then laughed at her at the same time. I was like, God
I don't
damn.
think meticulousness is a bad quality, but I guess if it's extreme, it is. But meticulous, very just like everything is so technical and it has to be this way and it has to be just like this and you didn't do it like that and you didn't pay the bill like that. And why'd you have to do it that way? Why couldn't you have done it this way?
You hear
I'm
that,
guilty
Cheryl?
of that, actually.
You are extremely guilty of that, Cheryl.
I am actually guilty of it too.
My wife is so guilty, so extreme with it.
With the
That
meticulousness.
you have to say things the way she wants it to be said. I'm like,
Most people say that about Virgos though, because for us it's like this is how it should be. I used to tell my kids' father that all the time. Like, why you didn't? But this is what you should have said.
you know, she'll tell you. You know how many times I done told her, I'm not you, and I'm not gonna say it the way you want me to say it.
That's
Yo,
most people
she'll tell you that, yo. Fuck, yo, you motherfuckers, yo, is bad with that, yo.
Yeah, you're very meticulous about like how you want things
I
to
mean,
be said
granted-
or done, even
Granted, trust me, there's things where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm glad you did that.
to where
I'm glad
if you do it wrong, we'll just go do it. Or we'll do it because we feel like you can't do it, and that becomes controlling. Because I used to be that way.
Oh,
I was
she's
like,
very controlling.
I know. Well, you know, it with maturity, you'll come out of that for sure. I know for me, I did.
I
I
know
came
she
out
did.
of the letting go of control thing
She
as
did.
I got older. Because
She
I
did a
was
bit
like,
too. She
I
when we were
can't.
younger, yeah, she was, God,
When you're young,
damn, yo.
because your maturity levels.
I think that's why we clashed a lot, because I'm not,
Yeah.
like, one, you ain't gonna control me. Two,
Well, you really
ain't gonna
can't.
tell me how I'm gonna say something.
Y'all a little too aloof for that. Libras, to me, you can't really control them because they're kind of like in their own space.
We in our own shit.
So they're just like,
She'll tell. I'm fucking. She was telling me the other day about that. She was like, "Look, I'm getting concerned with you because it just seems so like you're not there."
you're not there because you're in, like, the element is, I'm telling you, the elements matter. So, like, when it says earth, it's because we're literally locked into this. We're here. We're here, buddy. With you, you're an air sign. So you're like, woo! What does air do? It just flows, you know?
Yo,
So you're like, oh my
I-
God, where the fuck are you, bro? Like, are you there, dude? And you just roll with the wind. Like, you be rolling with the punches and shit. And she just like, come here, back to the planet. Come back to the, focus, brother. Back to where we are.
I'm guilty of that.
You're
There's times where I've
bro.
literally thought about like, yo, I have an attention disorder, yo.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It's your time. It's your energy. Because
I'd be wondering that, but that's what I'm
Libras
saying. Like,
are-
I'd be wondering that because my mind, like, you could be dead ass talking to me, next thing you know, it just casually
That's
goes
y'all
off, yo. And I literally think back, like, yo, how the fuck did I just wander off from this conversation?
Because you're aloof. I just told you. You're aloof as hell. I already know. I
But
know.
for me, I ain't think of it like that. I ain't think of
You
myself
didn't
as aloof. I was just like, yo, like, there's times where I'm literally like, yo, damn it, I'm wandering off. Come back.
Come back to the conversation.
Oh, God, what'd you just say?
Right. But
There
we
you
all
go.
are guilty of it.
Nah, I'm
sometimes.
bad with it,
But
though,
most
yo.
Libras are kind of just in their own space, and like they tend to flow with things. I noticed. I talked to a Libra for a while. I dated one for we didn't date, but we were just talking and stuff. And he was just very like, I dated one before when I was like 19 until I was about 21, I think. He was different though. He was a different breed of Libra. I don't know what it was about that dude. He was just in tune, man. He was very in touch with things. He was like the best boyfriend I ever had. So Libras are cool. If you find a good one, they're awesome to be around. They're a lot of fun. They're very attentive to things. You guys have a big focus on details. So he was big on that kind of stuff. He's a very romantic dude. So like he would do stuff that I never expected. Like I wouldn't even know it was coming. He would just do dope shit. Like where think of that? You know what I'm saying?
Hear that? Go get you a Libra, lady.
I wouldn't go that far because I actually talked to a Libra like 2 years ago, and he was a hot ass mess. But he had been through some shit. Like he was just a disaster. He was very smart and very much into these things. But what I noticed, like we were talking about, he just got pulled by things. He would be, I'm not gonna smoke weed anymore, because I'm trying to be back on my spiritual awakening. And then I talked to him, he's like, yeah, I'm high.
2 minutes later.
Yeah, he just was very like pulled in too many directions, no consistency. And for a Virgo, that's hard because if you're not consistent, if it's not a good foundation for a Libra, it can be very annoying.
So check this out.
I'm listening.
Mm-hmm. I wish I'd have brought my glasses. Who's that again? I can't even
Hello,
see.
that's the dude from Argentina.
Argentina.
Hi.
What's up, my guy? Also, my cousin Beto's watching.
Hi, Tito.
She just sent me a message.
What did she say?
She should have been watching on YouTube, and we would have seen that question she was asking me right now.
What did she ask
She
you?
wants us to look up Capricorn.
Of course. I love Capricorns, by the
So,
way.
and it would just pop
Capricorns
right the
are
fuck up.
awesome, by
But-
the way. And there are signs like me.
Supposed to be
so-
on our YouTuber. I told you about that so I could see the questions.
But actually, Capricorns are earth signs like Virgos as well. So Capricorns are dope because, you know, it's the same type of energy.
Yeah.
Very hardworking people, which I think is amazing because they have a work ethic like no other. Capricorns are beasts when they come to work, you know. They will get in there and get in the paint and be like, and they're loners too. If you ever meet a Capricorn, they can really like vibe with other people and have a great personality, but you'll always kind of find them rocking on their own. If you ever look at a Capricorn's way they move, it's like, I got my friends, I roll with y'all, I love everybody. But if you see them doing something, they be rolling on their own. That's the GOAT. So you know the
What's
GOAT.
their birthdays?
December 22nd to January the 20th is what's in here.
Who do I know is a January what?
January 20th is the ending.
So my little sister is a Capricorn.
But you see that
Or
there,
is that my little brother?
it's the GOAT. So what does the GOAT do? If you ever go in the mountains and you see goats, what are they doing? Goats are, you know, off kind of like, especially ones in the mountains,
Yeah.
they're by themselves. You rarely see them with other people, like with other goats. Like, oh, they all running in a pack. You see them kind of one over here by itself, just climbing up the mountain.
Yeah.
That's Capricorn. So here we go for your cuz. She's watching, so I'm gonna start.
So if you on YouTube, how come you didn't type it on the YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
And not the IG. I mean, not the Messenger.
So the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. So Saturn is all about discipline and structure. So that's what you'll find with a lot of Capricorns, man. Like they'll be very like disciplined in their hustle or in what they're trying to do, but they're ruled by that energy. So Saturn is your disciplinarian, basically. It's like your dad. It's like, you gonna do this, I'm gonna get you right. This, you know, this is your reprimand. This is your retribution for what you're doing. So they're ruled by that energy. Earth element, like I said. Cardinal. So cardinal energy is all about start and beginnings and getting something going, getting the wheels turning. So that's, you know, definitely a good energy to have. The characteristics for Capricorns is they have a great resolve. They're very wise. Wisdom is a big one. So that's dope. Like it's like talking to a guru. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that. Definitely know what to say, what to tell you. They're very ambitious. What did I just say? Very driven, very ambitious people. Always on their grind. Always looking for the next move. What are we doing? Where am I going? So you can learn a lot from. I love Capricorns. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're my one of my favorite signs because they're just so cool as hell. And every Capricorn I know has a hell of a hustle. They all got something going, the hand in 50 different pots. I do art, I do this, I work here, I do that. I mean, they just be grinding. And then generosity, so they're generous people. You know, for the most part, every Capricorn that I know is pretty giving. Like, they don't give in a traditional way. They kind of give in a sense of, like, if they have something that they've created, they'll give it to you. Or, like, they'll hook you up if they're in a situation with you. Where it's like, oh yeah, you know, let me get you that. Let me do that for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not giving to where they'll give you the last they have, but they're the type that'll give you from what they have going as long as they're still comfortable, kind of. Superiority, so they do think they the shit. They think they just, whoop, I'm up here, I'm doing my thing, you know, I'm me. So that's a dope quality for somebody who understands their worth and value. So you won't have to find that a Capricorn feels like they're not valuable, because they probably do.
They feel valued, huh?
They feel very valuable, and they feel there's a level of superiority about them. And that's probably that Saturn energy too. You know what I'm saying? Because Saturn is the big dog. You know what I'm saying? That's the big dad, the big dog energy. That's like big papa energy. You know. And then dependable is the positive. So very dependable people. You can call them 20 grand. Hey, I need you. I'm there. You know.
Where the Capricorns at? I need 20 grand.
No, you can't get 20 grand, but you can call on your man 20 grand and he'll be there for you if it's a Capricorn kind of thing.
Oh, so wait, if he needs 20 grand, he'll be there?
I don't know about that. I think more so if your man 20 grand, that's your boy. You my man, 20 grand. be there for you. I don't know about 20 grand. Depends on what Capricorn you talk to. Got a little bit of bread, they might do it for you. I don't know. They're generous. Look, generosity. Maybe they'll hook you up. Got enough. They're like, hey, you need that. So their sins are stiffness. So a little bit rigid, a little bit, unmoving, unmovable, unwavering in a way.
Oh, so they don't like to listen.
They can just be a little bit, like kind of just stolic in the way they move. They don't really move, and they're not fluid. It's more like, okay, this is what we're doing. Doing this, and somebody's trying to kind of say, hey, let's do. No, I'm gonna do this. Stiffness is just where there's not a lot of movement. So it's just very like
uncompromisable. In
the sense, yes. Clumsy. I don't know. I don't know how clumsy Capricorns are, but apparently they have a clumsiness to them that exists. A bit of pretension. So they can be a bit pretentious. Lonely, and that I think, and it's so crazy because that's the oxymoron of it with every sign, but they're so independent and self-sufficient and ambitious, and they're so driven in that way that they do a lot on their own. But what brings that about is loneliness, because you're so driven and motivated by your grind and by working and by what you want to do and accomplish through that ambition, that some things get neglected. Whereas, like, I don't make time for my friends like I should. I don't make time for my partner like I should. And they can be workaholics as well. So where they kind of neglect everything else because the ambition takes over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it can be lonely. Self-doubtful, which I think is hilarious because the way they grind is absolutely, it's like impressive to me. And I'd be like, the way they will go make some shit happen. I've never met a Capricorn that just did not have a hustle about them. Like, I got 2 jobs, I got this, I do that. I'm like, you doubting yourself? And then, I don't know what the fuck word this is. Epicureanism. Don't know what that is, I'm sorry. I don't know. Epicureanism. I don't know, y'all. But so yeah, that's Capricorn in a nutshell, just from based off this book. It's just an easy little breakdown, but I love Capricorns. Capricorns are dope. They're earth signs like me, and I get along really well with Capricorns. And to be clear, we don't always get along with every sign that we're supposed to. Just be honest about that, okay? I'm gonna be real with you. There are some signs that I absolutely hate.
Which one?
To this day. I like every sign for something, but my experience, Taurus men are good for friends for me. I cannot date them.
Why?
Because I don't know. It's like one time I dated one and he was just very arrogant, and I don't do arrogant people. And then I dated another one and we literally did not have any type of physical connection, like no sexual chemistry, none. Like we kissed each other and it felt like I was kissing my brother, and I don't have a brother. And I've never, and people be like, oh, is that real? Yes, it is a real thing. Like, to think that you're attracted to somebody physically and then you get with them and you're like, oh, it's just going to be there. No, it will not. It is everything is energy. And me and him literally, like, I was like, there's nothing. And he felt it too. And I went to New York to see him, and I came home and we got on the phone. He was like, I think we should just be friends. I said, me too. Because it's not there. We didn't have it. So it's a real thing. Taurus dudes, no. Taurus women, they're weird. Sorry. Taurus women are strange to me. They're off the wall characters. Everyone that I've ever met that was like a Taurian woman,
you date women?
No, like I'm talking about friendship.
You almost fucked me up there. I was like, hold on. You told me earlier you're strictly whatever, but now you talking like as if you don't ventured off. Like,
no.
Taurian women, they're like.
I'm talking about the friends. Like I'm talking about
now
friendships.
I know.
I have a cousin that's a Taurus, and then I also have a friend that like used to be my best friend, and she was a Taurus too. And they're just weird. Like they are off the wall with stuff. They say random shit, and for Virgos, it has to make sense. Like you're talking, and I'm like, the fuck are you talking? And I'm literally sitting there like, what? Like, what? I don't even understand. Or they'll just send you like random pictures of like weird stuff, and you're like,
what is this?
What is this? Like, why? And they'll be like, look at, and I'm like, huh? I don't understand. So my mind doesn't conceptualize. So it's a strange dynamic with them. Gemini people, I find them to be like you said, superficial. Every Gemini that I've met, like I have a friend that's one, and they're superficial. The stuff that they complain about to me is stupid. And I'd be like, but it's this, and like that doesn't matter, you know? And so and they're cool. I mean, I love being around them because intellectually you can bounce off of each other, but there's a superficiality that really does exist with Geminis, and I don't like it. And it bothers me. Aries, oh my God. Aries people are all about themselves. I cannot stand that shit. They're so about themselves. It's about their agenda. What can I get out of it? What, is in it for me? How do I benefit? Every Aries it's sad because I'm attracted to them by nature because they're intellectuals too. So the bouncing of ideas or the talk of intellect for them is stimulating, and they're pulled in by it. Well, I'm pulled in by them because they're smart. But the problem is when you start to build relationships with them, you should sit and talk to an Aries, but you should never be friends with one.
Why?
Because they're superficial and they're about their own agenda. They're very self-serving.
Yeah.
Virgos aren't like that. Virgos are a bit more of service to people. We tend to be a little bit more inwardly. We're a little bit more empathetic to things, and we're genuine people on the inside, even though it comes off some type of way.
Yeah.
But they're just really about their agenda. And then they move on so quick. Like if it don't work and y'all ain't friends, they ain't really tripping. They like, well, I mean,
deuces.
Whatever,
Damn.
So I find them to be kind of just very self-serving, and I don't like that. I think that's whack. And then Geminis, I just a little superficial. Don't really care for that.
You sound like you done dated somebody from each.
I haven't. I just look at my relationships in general, because to me, relationships are relationships. It doesn't matter whether it's romantic, friendship. Yeah. It's just a relationship anyway. So, I have dated a lot of different dudes, though, that were different sides. I've dated a Capricorn. I've dated a Libra. I've dated a Taurus. I've dated Virgos. I have dated a Scorpio. I have done it all. It was interesting.
and you prefer?
Out of all?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite person to date was my Libra guy and my Capricorn guy.
Because we're the fucking best, god damn it.
Libras are, if you get a good one, if you get a mature Libra, they're great to date because they're, like I said, very romantic, very charming, they're fun, they're funny, you know what I'm saying? Just super cool. Like, if you're in a relationship with a dope Libra, it can be amazing. It can be like just a dream relationship.
I don't know, my wife gets annoyed by me a lot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're with the right person too, because it's all about the energies. The Libra, Capricorn, all that stuff is very general. Once you start getting into like the actual energies of that chart I showed you, and then you compare her chart to yours, and you see the compatibility ratio between y'all, then you might see that it's
Where's
not.
Where's the compatibility at?
There's one on that, like if you take her chart and you do it like I did yours, and then they take it and
so
they
that
merge
chart
it.
is a compatibility.
Well, that's your chart just by itself. But
right.
You can actually do it where you put your information in, put her information in, and it'll do a compatibility chart for you. And show how compatible you are based off the energies you guys have. So to me, that's very important when choosing a partner. Like, astrologically, you should know who you're dealing with, because the energies may be completely fucking off. And you're like, yeah, I mean, I'm a Libra. She's a Virgo. It should work. No, it may not. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I've dated a lot of people. I went back into my Rolodex. I was like, fuck. Not like that, but like, what I mean is.
No, you heard it.
No, I mean, like.
You heard it.
Like, you know how some people be like, oh, I only dated.
The motherfucking mouth. Now she trying to correct her shit.
No.
You heard that shit.
When I say
What's
dated,
the
is
fucking
one thing.
Rolodex?
Dated, when you say dated, though, not fucked everybody or had sex with.
I didn't say none of that.
I'm saying dated, like, if you go into your mind and start going through it and saying, well, damn, I dated a lot of different guys, because you think like, oh, you think the main relationships, right? my first this person, that person. But no, I mean, I've dated all types of dudes before. And I've dated guys that I never went to relationships with. I dated dudes who liked me.
How many dudes have you dated?
Oh my God, it was a lot. I started counting. I was like, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost fingers. I'm out. Like Martin said, I'm out.
She said, I couldn't count.
I'm out of fingers. I gotta go again.
I done went through the toes, the fingers.
I know. I was like, I'm out. I ain't got nothing. I'm done.
So let me ask you this then. This is out of curiosity.
Okay.
So, would you consider them dating or people you like talk to like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a fling.
I don't do flings.
So
I did flings before, but I don't do them anymore.
Okay, what is a fling to you?
Like when you have sex with a person like once or twice and then you never really materialize into anything else.
Like a one night stand?
Kind of, yeah. That's a fling to me.
Okay. So, she said I never do fling.
I don't, not anymore.
I
had a thought stage when I was like, right after that Libra boyfriend, I had a thought stage for like a year. And I like wanted to see, because I had, let me tell you my backstory, right? Okay, so I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19 years old. So I didn't have sex until then. Like some people think, oh my God, you're having sex at 16. No, I didn't have sex till 19. So the Libra guy was actually the first guy actually.
What took you so damn long?
Because I wanted it to be the right thing. I didn't want to.
But it wasn't, huh?
It was. He was actually the perfect guy for it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wanted it to be special. I didn't want it to be with some rando that
What made it so special?
Because he was like...
Besides him, like, was it a special setting, surrounding? Was it an outing?
No, I wanted it to be with a certain type of person, is what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to mesh my energies with a certain type of dude. I didn't want to just have sex with some rando dude that I didn't know that didn't give a fuck about me. I got you. When you give that to somebody, you want it to be, the idea is it's going to be special. It's going to be somebody that actually got love for you or that likes you or knows you or something.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, it was just like, no. Let's just make sure that when I do have that happen, it's somebody special. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, that was the notion. It wasn't no romantic setup. But it was the idea that he was the right person. And my body responded to that. Because I tried to have sex before when I was like 16. And it didn't work. My body wouldn't allow me to fully, receive that. But when I did that with him, it was like, whoop.
Oh, this is yours.
Yeah. Pretty much, right? Pretty much. It was like, oh, yeah, okay, this is it. This is what we're waiting on,
Do you.
Do your thing,
Do
bro.
you.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. I'm serious, but a woman's body will respond, too.
That is so funny.
Person
oh, yeah, I know.
And say, nah, or yeah.
Oh, you can tell when they really into it.
Or when they're right for the job, I guess. And so, yeah, I didn't. And then he was basically the first penis I ever had. So it was a great run. It was a good 2 years, of sex with the same person. And then once he left, my idea was, oh, there's other penises out there. I'd like to try a few. Let's go see what's out there. And that's when the thought stage happened. And that was really my mindset, like, there's other penises. There's other sizes. There's other girths. There's other experiences. Let's go see what we can do. And that began my thought stage. So it was like a thought quest for like a year. And then I got like in some situations I was just like, oh my God. This ain't for me, bro. And so I just,
What is a thought to you?
I mean, to me, a thought stage is just like a whole phase where you literally are out there just experimenting. You're not committing yourself to dudes. You're kind of just sleeping around a little bit, and just kind of doing your thing sexually and date. As far as like whatever. I mean, you're experimenting with dudes the same way they kind of do with women, and it's like you kind of hoeing around. I guess a little. To me, it felt like a whole phase because I was like, whew, a lot of sex. Not a lot, but enough. Where it was like, okay, all right, that's enough. I'm good. A lot of randoms, It was like, huh.
We all have them. We all have them.
Yeah, and I got into enough bad situations.
Some of those are times when you shouldn't be doing it, but yeah.
True. But I didn't have a boyfriend. I wasn't with anybody, so I wasn't cheating or doing no shit like that. So it was cool. And me and him had broken up, so he was gone, back to college up north, and I was down in Atlanta at a great time. That was a great time.
How many Freakniks has she been to, y'all?
None, because I was too young. But by that time, that was a great time for Atlanta. When I was there in my 20s, was an amazing, from like 19 to like 23 was like the dopest time in Atlanta for me, because it was fun. It was right at like I want to say like 2005 or something. So that was when 2003. So like 2002 to like 2004, 2005. Such a good time for hip hop music. Such a good time for clubbing. Such a good time for fun. Cute guys. Still, not the bullshit out there yet. Still some dudes that was decent. It was a fun time for me. 2000s was good. Early 2000s was the shit for me. That was my time. So I did it all, seen it all, had a fun time, like in my 2000s.
See, I haven't had my time yet. I'm gonna have my time.
What?
I'm fucking with you.
I was about to say.
What you mean, what?
Brother, no.
What you mean, no?
I will say this, though. I had fun in my 20s. Like, people will be like, oh, man, my 20s, I didn't get to do. I sure the fuck did. Oh, my Lord. Woo! I had a blast. Like me being now, like, single and, like, having kids and being slowed down a lot, it don't really bother me that much, because I had a fucking ball when I was younger. I really did. Like, all the way from 18 all the way up. Even as a teenager, from, like, 16 to... bam, to like 29 before I had some shit. I was out there doing it. Clubs, parties, dudes, living it up, beaches, trips, everything you can think of, I did it. To the fullest, man. Flight attendant, I was doing that damn thing. My 20s was the bomb.
She said flight attendant, I was out there.
I was. Like, sometimes, like, when I was in my 20s, man, I just jump on a plane. Like, my homegirls was like, hey, we about to go to the Bahamas this weekend. You should join us. I had a trip.
See, I ain't get to do none of that.
Man.
I'm gonna go do it.
I had a trip. I came off my trip, jumped on the plane, went to the Bahamas.
Damn.
After the trip was over and had my shit in my bag, hopped on the plane, went, caught the 12 o'clock flight, got in at 10, sat there, booked it on, was there. They was on one of them little booze cruise things. And I was over there sitting by the damn beach, sipping in the coconut, waiting for them to come back. We had bomb time, too. It was so fun. So those are the things that I did back in the day,
There you go.
Yeah. So
I didn't do trips.
it was a fun life, when I
But
was younger. It's still fun. It's just different now.
but I did a lot of
You did the sex stuff.
I did.
I see. Ooh, you know that part, don't you?
The funny thing is though, check this out though. I won't even lie to you though.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me though, like I sit here and sometimes wonder, like how was I able to get with
Some of the girls you got with?
Yeah, like
I wonder that myself. No, I'm just playing.
I
Just
mean,
joking.
hey. I mean,
You know what it
hey,
is? It's the light-skinnedness, A lot of women give light-skinned dudes a pass. It doesn't matter if you're, like, what you have going on if you're light-skinned with light eyes. It doesn't give a fuck.
I don't have light eyes.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I don't know.
Your eyes
I
are
haven't
light.
really looked at them.
They are.
But I mean.
Light-skinned dudes get a pass, bro. Just like light-skinned girls do.
Oh, so basically, it's called a pity pass.
No, it's not a pity pass. You guys are deemed to be fine and attractive just off the fact that you're light-skinned.
Well, see, that's the thing.
And you're actually, this is the thing, you're attractive. So it's not like they were lying. What I'm saying to you is that most light-skinned dudes and light-skinned girls are going to get a pass.
See, I never considered myself attractive.
Why not? What's
Freckles.
wrong? That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah,
Nobody give a shit about that.
It did to me.
People didn't like your freckles?
I mean, you wouldn't believe the shit that I've heard.
Really? About your
I
freckles?
got made fun of a lot because of my freckles.
Really?
I've had girls literally tell me, "Ew, what's that on your face?" Bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? I've had literally old men and old women. Like, I had an old man one time approach me. I was working at Safeway as a bag boy back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This old man approaches me and comes up to me and says, "What is that on your face? Is that cancer?"
Whoa.
And I'm looking at him like, dude, this motherfucker's white. And you don't know what freckles are? That's what I'm literally thinking in my head. And I'm just like, just gonna ignore him. Then an old white lady came up, same time, working out with Safeway. "What's that on your face?" Again, you looking at him because I'm like, yo, freckles is like synonymous with white people, okay? Like, how the fuck do you not know what freckles are? You see what I'm saying? And then, of course, again, like I said, just, I don't know, I never was like.
But I think
you have to like women didn't come to me, you know what I'm saying? Or like, it didn't seem like they showed that interest. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think but I think a lot of women don't really do that. I mean, some women be on it if it's a dude that's just, like he kind of presents himself a certain way, then it comes off that way. But I mean, some dudes, it's not even like, I feel like my son is going to be one of those dudes. Like, he's he's going to be an attractive guy. But Mason's not going to be the type where it's like girls just going to be like, "Oh my God," But he's the type that just because of who he is and how he carries himself and the fact that he is cute, women are going to come to him. He'll get girls. You know what I'm saying? But it won't be in the traditional sense of like, "Oh, wow." It's more like he'll be like chilling, doing something, and a girl will come and they'll start to get to talking and she'll get to see his brain, and then he's cute too.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh man, this dude." And she's like, "So,
See, I don't even know what about me is attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like
what does Cheryl say it is?
Honestly, I don't think I've ever asked her.
I mean, to me, I think what makes you
I don't think I've ever asked her.
attractive is not so much like, for me personally, is like physically you're attractive, but it's not like, whoa, like with anybody. For me, it ain't really whoa, but I think.
So you ain't never had a whoa moment with a guy like, "Whoa, you was fine."
No.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not easily impressed, as you can see. Virgos, it takes a lot to impress us, so you gotta be. I've seen dudes I was like, "Damn, he fine as fuck." It was one dude, actually. I ain't gonna lie. He was fine as hell. God, that was a fine dude. We grew up with him, too. When we was in high school, I thought he was the finest thing I'd ever seen. But he was fine to everybody, so it wasn't nothing new, But
but what made him fine to you?
Just physically, he was attractive. Like, he was tall, he was light-skinned, he had pretty teeth. Everything in his dimensions was right. Like, you know how you put something together and it all just fits? That's how it was for him. Everything just fit together. But, of course, he was arrogant. Everybody was on him. Girls liked him. And I wasn't his type, which I'm not the traditional sense of what every guy likes. I'm more like the girl who you're going to like later in your life. And the things that are going to make me attractive are not going to be the things that make other girls attractive. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Though I'll possess those things, but I wasn't that girl in high school.
How you figure that?
I just wasn't. I know I wasn't. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I think people thought I was pretty, but...
Okay, so what is it that you thought you was lacking in?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think in school, the reason why I didn't get a lot of play from dudes was, for one, I was the type that was intimidating because I wasn't the I'm doing everything everyone's doing. Meaning, I am very opinionated and I'm a strong personality.
You were mean, weren't you?
A little bit.
What the fuck, man?
I don't think I was super mean.
Why are women mean, yo?
I wasn't mean.
What's with that shit?
But I wasn't mean. I was just stern in my beliefs. I wasn't going to compromise myself. A lot of my friends were very kiki. Oh, I was always the one who was like.
So let me ask you this. With those individuals who you talk to, who, because it kind of sounds like as if they were trying to persuade you or something. Because you're saying you were very stern in your beliefs.
I was trying to be swayed. Like, you should have sex. Are you going to do this? I've been called things to try to get me to do what they wanted me to do. Because I wasn't that person. I was never going to compromise what I thought it should be.
Okay, well, no, I understand. That's legitimate. I understand that 100%. I agree with you.
People wanted me to have sex more than anybody else.
I just wanted to clarify on what you were.
A lot of dudes wanted me to have sex. That's what they wanted me to do.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if it was because I was tall, if I had a nice shape. I don't know what it was that they wanted
basketball?
me. I did.
That's why.
And I ran track too.
That's why. Ooh, that's really why. Probably had a body on you.
I did when I was young. I've always had, a
Look,
shape.
you hear me?
When
She
I was
didn't
young.
even catch that, yo.
Probably.
Let me quit.
Probably.
Let me quit. Like it's gone or something, nah. Let me
No,
quit.
but it's all good. I ain't tripping. I mean,
I'm just
what
fucking with
it
her.
was when
I'm just
I was
fucking with
young
her.
was it was something to see. I was a model back then and all that. But I think people just wanted me to compromise myself, and they wanted.
All right,
me to
so
do
let me ask you
stuff
this
so
then.
they could use me up too, And I
Use
wasn't with
you?
it. Yeah.
You really felt like people were gonna use you? Like
dudes
use
were
you
gonna
up?
try
Like,
to- dudes were gonna try to fuck with me like that. I mean, that's what they did to girls in high school anyway.
but how do you know that was? Do you feel like that was with all
That's
of
what
them?
all dudes were about in high school. They ain't trying to wife
Outta
you.
here.
They're not
That's
trying to wife.
bullshit.
Who's trying to wife you in high school?
It ain't so much
Nobody.
trying to wife them, but have a legitimate relationship with
Nobody
them.
was trying to have no
Stop
legitimate
fucking
relationship. Not with
playing.
me. No.
But you can't sit there and say dudes were like that, yo.
Not all.
Because that's like a very general stereotype,
Okay,
yo.
well,
like,
the dudes
like
that
I wasn't
I went
like
to
that.
school with were not trying to wife me.
I think you was putting a false image up, and it was like
No.
very like exuding off of you, yo. Like,
No, I wasn't. I was myself. I was cool.
I'm not saying you were yourself.
I just think
I'm saying
that-
you were looking at them like,
No.
you ain't about that shit. Like you just
No.
another joker.
Oh my God.
Like you
No.
quit playing. You a bullshit ass nigga.
Most of the dudes that liked me always were like, oh, like it was just weird. I don't know. High school was a weird time. I was going through a lot too, so I don't think that
What was a lot? Like with family?
my mom. So I don't think I was really fixated on boyfriends, but the dudes that did like me wanted to have sex with me. Let's be clear, okay? And I wasn't doing that. And so especially like when I was in 12th and like 11th grade and I was playing sports and shit, like they'd be like, oh, well,
Could you blame him?
nah, I mean,
Fucked you up with that.
understand.
Fucked you up with that
I
question.
understand
huh?
why dudes wanted to have sex with, but there were dudes, I will say this. There were nice guys that liked me in high school, and I just wasn't there. I don't know what it was about my mindset.
Your mind was just elsewhere.
Yeah, like there was a dude, I remember him, and he was really cool. He played football. He really liked me. I have no idea what it was about me, but he really did. And he wasn't super popular, nothing like that. He became popular as school year went on, but he liked me first. And I just was not there.
no.
I was just like, no. And then he started dating this really popular girl.
And all
And
of a
gave
sudden
him a
you
chance.
started liking
No,
him.
I didn't. I never did. I always was just like, we cool, like.
Well, because you said he liked me first, like as if you liked him later.
No, I didn't. He liked me first.
Well,
Like,
that's
he
what you
started
did say.
What I'm saying,
That's
he
like
liked
an
her.
implied.
What I'm saying is he liked her. Like he started liking the girl and dating her.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But I never liked anybody because they were popular. I mean, I just liked you because I liked you. But I mean, I didn't really like anybody. And then when I went to prom in 12th grade, like the dude I went with, he liked me, and I had no idea. Like it was weird. Like it was just weird. Like
So hold on. You talk all that shit about dudes not catching the hint or seeing the signs, and here you go. I had no idea
How do you think?
he
How do you
liked
think
me.
I don't know? How you think I know this? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to relationships or men in general, I'm aloof as fuck. I be missing shit. I do. Like if a dude like me, I'll never know.
I bullshit you out the same fucking way.
I am like I don't be knowing. Like it'd be like somebody will come back and tell me later. Like such and such asked me about
Yo.
you. I'm like who?
Yo,
The fuck?
yo, when I discovered I was aloof,
I'm aloof.
when I discovered I was aloof, it was the first time I had got something. I was 15 or 16. Yo, I was in my bedroom. I was playing the radio. I was working at Safeway. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get me a sound system because I thought it was cool at the day. You know those home sound systems that stood like this tall, had the equalizer and everything, 2 speakers on the side. Yo, I went and rented one, had it in my room, and thought I was cool and shit, playing it. And you know what I'm saying, this one chick that used to always show up at the park where we always play basketball, it popped up in the nigga house. Oh, what's up? So we in my room, I'm just chilling, playing on the radio. Next thing I know, she asks me, are you gonna hurt me? I'm like, hurt you? Fuck you talking about? I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Went back on doing what I'm doing. Then she started asking random questions. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just chilling. I'm literally got my back to her, playing my radio. My whole mind is on the radio. She's out here just bringing up all kinds of like hints and shit. I'm not even paying attention.
Telling you, man, it's crazy.
I wasn't even paying attention. All of a sudden, I was like, oh.
That's what you need.
Oh. And then I was like.
That's me.
And literally, it was my first time ever, which fucking sucked.
Well, I think everybody's first time sucked.
I was gonna say you said yours didn't.
No. It was the right person.
Oh.
Did I say that the time was amazing? No.
I didn't.
Right, dude?
I took it as
right, dude. Not so amazing. Pretty disappointing, actually.
Oh, well, that's...
When it first happened,
well,
I was like, so this is what it's about? Like, I don't understand the whole point. But you know what it was? I was missing something key that I found out later.
What was that?
Orgasm. Because you can... Bam. When you have an orgasm, it takes your sex game to a whole nother level. And I will say this. Any woman that's never had one, I feel sorry.
So is that the man's fault or her fault? Or
well,
both?
I think
it could be both, but
could be.
I honestly,
I would say the woman.
This is probably telling on myself, but I don't give a damn because I'm open like a book and I ain't got no shame about it. And we're discussing this shit. That's what the show's about. I personally, in my opinion, don't grasp the whole orgasm thing. Like,
you don't grasp it in regards to the woman?
As far as, well, I mean,
or just period.
Like when she has one.
You don't know
she
when?
has one.
You don't know when she had it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
Obviously.
I mean, I know when they get excited.
Obviously, you haven't experienced it yet. Because if you, let me tell you something. When she has it, you'll know.
I mean, I've just seen the legs shake.
Well, there you go. That's a part of it. That's a. Here's my thing, man.
But I don't know, like, I don't know if it's every woman's different, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't never just came to me and was like, oh, I had orgasm.
We are.
But I done had to seen the legs shake, like, oh, damn, you all right? Like they literally stiff up, like, oh, God
yeah,
damn.
that's an orgasm.
You like, oh, shit.
That's an orgasm.
She literally had just pop up there. I didn't know. I was just like, you all right?
That's
like,
an orgasm.
What the fuck?
But that's a part of it. I mean, it depends on the woman, though. I mean, some women, do other things with their vaginal area. They secrete more. They squirt. Stuff happens. All kind of things happen where the body is responsive to the orgasm.
Okay. I know when you really
know.
Wet. Well, I'm like,
yeah, when she's super.
Wet,
when she's super, that means she did.
Like, like you real wet. Like,
when that way, then she really did.
I had those, but
it's a game changer.
Where I'd be like, damn, like you real wet this time compared to the other times. Like, god damn, all right.
It's a game changer.
But I'll never know if that's because you orgasmed or not. You see what I'm saying?
Usually, if it's super moist.
Oh, I'm talking about like,
wet,
I'm like, damn, like you're fucking up the sheets.
Yeah,
like
that's
wet.
That's she had an orgasm.
Like, damn, like
she had an orgasm, especially if it's a puddle. It's an orgasm.
And I'm like, and then I'm literally thinking of the sheets like, fuck, the sheets finna be wet as shit. I'm finna lay in this shit for a second. Like, that fucking cold. Sucks. And then I'm like, God, now the sheets are fucked up.
Random thought of the night, guys.
Random thought at the end of the night, like, God damn it, the sheets are fucked
like,
up.
What, you're supposed to be thinking, like, she orgasmed. Yes, I did it, Like, to me, most guys, that's the end game. Any dude that, like, is really having sex with a woman and he doesn't care if she nuts something.
Oh, no, I'm caring.
They should be caring about that shit.
Well,
like,
see, that's the thing. Like I said,
orgasm.
it's not a matter of I don't care. It's a matter of do I know or not. You see what I'm saying?
You got to figure it out. And the thing is, you have to have a woman who knows she nutted too.
Yeah.
If a woman knows that she had an orgasm, that's why I said it's important for women to learn how their bodies work. Because if you know how your body works, then you can. If you know how your body works, then you can tell your man how to make you orgasm. But if you don't, then hell yeah, y'all both over there playing motherfucking hide and seek. Well, let's see. I'm trying to see what. Okay, let me touch this.
I was gonna say
the topic
too.
has changed.
It does.
I don't know where the fuck.
Well, we don't even have a particular. We did have a particular subject today, but they didn't show up. So
orgasm.
Now from here, it just branches off.
Mm-hmm.
It goes.
We went all the way left with the orgasm stuff.
But that's in that one.
Please enter in, please.
But it wasn't like particularly about like sex. You know what I'm saying?
More so, we were talking about like relationships, and then it was reference to the astrology, and then it got into I talked about the relationships I've had.
Is astrology sexual? Does it have a sexual?
Of course, there's always a sexual component to
everything.
everything, because there's sexual compatibility, which deals with astrology. Everything is astrological energy or has some type of correlation to this study. That's why it's so important for you to study.
Man, do y'all hear that?
What? That banging? That's probably just the little ones up front. 'Cause I
That's
heard
Mason.
in that direction.
Worse than I. Let me go and see.
Now you
Oh, that's
said
fine.
Let me go see what they.
It's
Yeah, that's
fine.
probably my children because Mason he gets restless. He's like, woo.
I mean, what is he,
around.
5?
He's 5.
Okay, well, I thought I'm okay. Well,
You know, 5-year-old energy is a ball.
It's
you
a
can't,
fucking ball, yo.
You can't do nothing with that. You can't contain that.
It's like a water wave, nigga. Like, okay, you just gotta ride with the fucking
Monique's
wave,
son
man.
is worse. Braxton, he literally goes and jumps on chairs. He jumps from chair to
Wait,
chair.
no, I
chair
want
to
to talk
chair.
about orgasms.
My son-
Back up.
See how the subject is going
No,
everywhere,
back to
nigga.
orgasms and teach your woman.
Oh,
What
yeah.
was you saying?
I
What did
just,
I walk in on?
I said that anytime I feel like the man is intricate in the learning of that, but I do feel like a woman definitely has to know her body because if she can, and that's where masturbation is important because
What? Really?
yeah, because if you masturbate, you become very familiarized with your body.
For
Now, you
man
can-
and woman?
well, men, you
Yeah,
kind of
I
have
don't
one
like that.
source of sex, but I think you guys should definitely explore
A
your
man
bodies
that
too.
masturbates to try to that's weird.
I don't think that's weird.
To play with yourself so you could
So you
I mean-
can what?
So you can learn.
what? What you gonna learn by playing with yourself?
But see, with women, I feel like it's different
It's
because
gotta
for
be
us,
different.
we actually have different ways of orgasming. It's several components to
Y'all
that. So you can
complicated.
go
Goddamn.
and touch this part of a person and do this, and you can play with this. You can go into her G spot and do this. You can
You get a
make
slot machine in this.
You can make a woman.
Nah, she's not lying because I didn't have the girl orgasm just from me. Like, nah, this is one of the times when I seen legs and all that shaking and shit. But I ain't even penetrate her, yo.
You put your probably.
I ain't even penetrate her.
He just running. Did you were doing oral sex on her or were you?
I was everywhere.
So you just were you using your mouth? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From that, definitely. No, I'm just saying.
I
What
was
were you
everywhere.
using?
I was everywhere.
Have you ever
Oral, I was all over in that whole area. I was just intricately, you know what I'm saying?
just everywhere?
I'm trying to get to a specific. How do you tell your husband or your
Partner.
Yeah, how did all that? How you made it like it was just something you could.
They don't tell you.
You can tell.
The back. That's what I want to talk
You
about.
can see it. I mean, you can tell.
So
the thing
the
is,
more she masturbates and finds out how she can do it, then she can tell you what you need to do.
I don't think it's that she needs to masturbate a lot because that's still a sexual energy. You still have to be very, very protective of it because you don't want to give it away. That's your life force. So you have to be very careful with it. But I do think when you masturbate, it's important to use it for the right purpose. Don't just do it to be like, I just want an orgasm and I'm going to go to sleep. No. I think you need to study your body because there's like a lot of women don't know where their G spot is. A lot of women don't know how to make themselves orgasm at all.
Like, check this out, bro.
They've never had one.
When I was going through med school, literally, they literally was like, yo,
Women don't know.
survey says 90% women don't even know their own anatomy.
They don't know their G spots. They don't know where those
A
areas
man will know
are.
their anatomy more than she would a lot of times.
So,
It's pretty simple with a man. It ain't.
but the funny thing is, a man and a woman's anatomy is the same. It's just his outside the body and
Balls
hers
in
on
the
the
shaft.
inside.
What? Just like a lock and a key. Stick that.
No, the fuck it ain't.
Stick it in.
No, if you think about the intricacies
I understand
of,
what you're
do you get what I'm
saying because
If you
I
push
see
it up-
I see the surgery side of it,
Right.
but no. And the reason why I'm saying no,
Shows you like you was a puppy. No.
no,
You might as well just do
no.
Sit.
I'm a little bit. I am a
said
little
no,
bit
sit.
firm on this one because
Okay.
there's a reason why.
All right.
Is because of
I
this.
need
Like
some- this is what I
I'm
need.
okay with, like, for example, you know, with transgenders. Like, I'm okay with you being transgender.
Uh-huh.
But when you go to, you know, when you say, you know, you go from being a like a male to a female, or, you know, prime example, male to a female.
Okay.
You know, they say they're a female. Now, okay, yeah, you're a female. You know, we'll roll with that, but you're still a male to me, physically, as far as, you know.
Ain't no changing that.
Well, technically, you can't change that just because of the energy of it.
Now you can
You're born male.
You can cosmetically change your body all
Correct,
you want.
but the energy
The
and the
transgender
essence of
still
who you
got
are
the pecker,
still a
right?
male.
still male. But
Yeah.
that's law.
But-
you
but-
can't change that from that perspective. You came
You
here
get to talk
as
about how
that.
you teach your husband.
So that's why I'm saying like, there's no way I'm finna, you know, try and have sex with
a
transgender because
Well,
of the
the
fact that
essence is masculine.
no, it's not that. It's because I'm looking at it like, yo, I'm fucking a dick.
But technically, you
because
are.
I've done the surgery, so I know how it goes. Because it is, it's just flipped inside out,
Exactly.
and it's all because of nerve endings and all that other shit.
Transgender is one that had it cut off.
No,
they're the ones that they actually have changed their gender by taking like hormones, and then it, like he's saying, going as far as changing their anatomy.
Got the shaft.
Well, though they can be
They
transgender
do.
and they have it, and then they can also do a surgery like what he said, where they have it pushed up into the body, and then it becomes.
That's still weak. But if they got the shaft, it's nothing to talk about.
No.
But he's saying something that do change it and go in.
When a transgender goes from male to female and they do the full surgery,
that's
okay?
Sexual assignment, yeah.
Check it out. Sexual reassignment, bro.
They got names for everything.
Yo, they literally
sexual reassignment.
They cut the penis basically in half.
Yeah, butchered.
And split
butchered your manhood.
They cut it in half and they fold it inwards and create a hole. You know, so you know.
In my mind,
but it's
disrespect.
It's not a vagina. You're just stimulating a penis.
This is what I see when just right when you said that. I got a sick mind when you were able to.
You got no fucking choice.
I'm visualizing
that shit. You see what I'm saying? So when you see me, because I've been through I have been through the surgery.
But in my mind,
I do surgeries. I know how they work. I'm like, still yet it's still what it is.
In my mind,
it's not a vagina, yo. Like,
in my
I don't
mind,
think it's gonna feel the same.
When I get this out,
but go ahead.
My mind, they did a surgery where you're fucking yourself. You turn your dick inside your own shit, so your penis is back up in you. Kind of shit. You just sitting on your dick. Now you a woman. Real shit. That's how my mind works.
I mean,
you can put it in doctor terms.
That's another way to go.
They done tucked your dick up in your anus or whatever. They created a hole.
That's how you.
Your dick inside out.
But like I said, I don't care what you do with your body. You know what I'm saying? But
that's too much pain.
You get asked that question: would you date somebody who's? No, I wouldn't. But
transgender.
But I don't have no issue with them doing what they do.
I mean, as you shouldn't. You have to be.
You done butchered the God's temple.
You have to be tolerant.
I mean, if you see it as that way,
we're in a society now.
Not everybody see it that way.
I know.
We're in a society now where
how the way can you see it?
Because you're kind of around a lot.
Like, tell you what, I've seen a C-section. Can you imagine watching somebody get a transgender? Ooh, shit.
But you've seen
I've seen it all, nigga.
You've seen somebody get a transgender operation?
On TV, yeah.
It's just, oh, Lord have mercy.
But back to the orgasm thing, because James.
Yeah, I got on. Well, I don't know how we got on transgender, but yeah.
He was just saying because I said.
Y'all put a vision in my mind I do not like.
Feminine. It is. Technically, it is just the female organs on the outer side of the body.
Medical
but I
perversion.
understand what you're saying.
That's what that is.
But from a level of just like how interchangeable masculine and feminine are to each other, we literally are just the same. But it's the way that, you know, our organs are set up. It's the same. But it's just yours are out, ours are in.
Yeah.
Based off the end. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying it that way. I'm not.
All right, boss.
You out? All right, man. I'm gonna come out the door. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Especially if God made it.
But if they feel like it's broke, then they gonna fix it. G.
Not discrediting what you're saying medically. I'm just saying, like, from a level of spirituality, it's different.
Yeah,
it's the same. But I'm gonna say this: if you're trying to find out what your wife likes, or not your wife, but just in general, if a man is trying to find out how to make his wife orgasm.
Yeah, my wife.
Are you? Has your wife had an orgasm?
Yeah, I'm just saying what you was saying. How like it was just a whole.
I mean, it's just a whole
like
thing.
you can
do a lot.
Outline it.
You can do a lot of things to
a car.
Yeah, you would just need to
you need to calibrate the engine.
But let me ask you this: when you're with your wife, right? Do you like actually explore her body, or do you just kind of go straight
it's you're stimulating the mind, really.
But let me ask: do you just go straight to it? Do you explore your wife's body? Do you go like into those different places to see? No, do you touch her? Do you
all the crevices?
Go exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, to keep it 100, I've done it all. But we've been together for 22 years.
True. What's wrong with that?
That ain't something that I've been doing for 22 years. Yeah.
So you feel like you know all our facets and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So
But-
let me ask you this: has your wife
Said
ever?
butt.
This a butt.
Okay, this is butt. Go ahead. Before I say it.
My nigga said butt.
What's the butt?
But
Butt.
in reality, in real life, when you have kids and family and
That's true.
family, all that is some bullshit for real.
Wait, the sexual?
Hell
one?
yeah, I go straight to it. She goes straight to it. Niggas be snoring in about 15 minutes. All done.
You know, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I understand.
Motherfucker
it.
just
I
lay
get it.
there, nigga.
I get it, and I do.
That's
I'm not.
100.
That's not
I
like.
bullshit you not. I got bored with that, nigga.
But that's not a fabrication. What he's saying, because a
I
lot
know
of
what
people
he's saying.
do
I know
really
what he's
That
have.
come with the territory.
I
It is
didn't
hard.
disagree with all
What else you gonna do?
It's difficult.
Niggas be tired. It just ain't nothing. The kids, you
It's
be.
challenging.
Nah, I be
It's
going to her.
It's more trying to get a nut off than the.
I go to him. Like,
Niggas be
yo, we
sneaking
gotta
around
do
and shit.
something,
You're gonna
yo.
spice it up.
Let's do something, yo. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't like go to her and degrade her. No, like yo, let's do something. Let's come on.
So do you intricately like explore your wife's body, or is it more just like I go straight to it? Because a lot of men just go straight to it, like
It
what
depends.
he's saying.
Yeah. Like if we
Or
out of
is
town
it-
and we doing our thing,
Do
yeah.
You, okay.
But just.
So have you? Okay. Let me ask
Peeking
you
out the
this.
room
How does
and
your
trying
wife?
to get a quickie. No.
Do you know when your wife's having an orgasm?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know from how
She
she's
done really
having it?
directed it to my wife. Okay.
Well, I'm just asking. I'm asking you
You
because
all
y'all
in my
learn
sex life.
examples.
I should have went and stayed in the room, but okay.
You ran in here and said you
Right
wanted to
in.
talk
We're to
about
talk about it.
Ran right into some shit.
Well,
Okay,
do
now
you-
what was the question?
What is the? Do you know how she's orgasming? Like from what? Is it from your penis? Is it from your mouth? Is it from your hand? Is it from what is making her do it?
The dick.
Okay, so she's orgasming from your penis. Okay.
I mean,
Is your wife orgasm?
I can do it any way. I'm versatile.
Does she-
I'm multitasking, but
That you are.
I prefer
Do
the
you-
dick.
Okay, so
And right,
does
you
she
know.
come from your mouth too, or she orgasm?
Nigga, this
from your
nigga's
mouth?
trying to be funny. What?
I'm asking.
Oh,
Like when
goddamn.
you perform oral sex, does she come from that?
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any? Do you know where her G spot is located?
Yeah.
Have you
Where?
made her come from that?
Nigga, this your family. You better shut up. Ask
fucking
me
with
questions.
you. I'm fucking with you, G.
But do you know? You said you do know, right?
Man, I've been with, even if I didn't, I done mistakenly found that motherfucker in 20 years. I done figured it all
I
out.
said, I done mistakenly found it.
Yeah, I done accidentally jumped up on a
The
G
reason
spot.
why
But
we
yeah,
had
I
this
know.
conversation was because he said he doesn't know when a woman's having an orgasm. And I said, how do you not know? And he's like, well, I've had women's legs shake, you know, such and
Them
such.
motherfuckers, you'll think you're hurting them. Stop. Don't touch it.
You definitely will have them say, okay, that's good. I'm
That
good,
giddy
I'm
shit,
good.
that's how you know.
I'm
And
good.
that's when I go in harder. You got to fight me.
But I told
Yeah.
you.
Right.
I find a G spot, I start drilling.
When I feel like you,
Oh shit! Nigga, I make your ass get out the bed.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It does
You done
get like
fucked
that.
up.
Nigga. You don't tell me. Don't show
Don't
me a
let me
sign of
find it,
weakness.
nigga. Boy.
Don't show me a sign of weakness.
See, then
'cause
that's
then
when
I'm
I
going
get
all
aggressive.
in,
Like,
nigga.
I done
This is-
struck gold.
This is older cats.
That's
so y'all
fine.
Yeah, we
understand
old,
how
boy.
the younger
We ain't gonna let you go
cats
neither,
feel
nigga. We lock a nigga in.
Lock you in, yo. Like all of a sudden, yo,
Motherfucker.
she can't move.
Nigga,
Got
I'm-
that arm behind the neck, nigga.
I got MMA moves too, but I don't let her lock a motherfucker up with legs. You
It's
picked
funny
up.
because as soon as you see Duke get a sign of weakness, you just go all in.
Boy, that's
nigga,
when
like, wow,
you
in trouble.
tapping out.
So you don't know if Cheryl has orgasms or not.
Look, she put names to it, girl. You
Well, she knows my wife's
I
name.
know, yeah. We talked about her several times.
Like, I don't keep Cheryl
I
secret.
just haven't met her. I just want to meet
we
her.
got
once,
Cleo
'cause I feel
over
like
here. Come get your eating.
And I called her Cleo.
He did one day. He
And
did
she,
me like
she
that.
looked at me
Got
crazy
Cleo
as
with his
fuck.
Okay, but you know,
So do you know when she's doing it or no?
When she's having one,
Yeah.
I guess now that you describe it as that way,
You
yeah,
feel like
I guess
you
I
do.
do now.
Okay.
Like
Do you
I didn't know it was like in different ways, different
No,
forms.
it's several ways.
Like I didn't know that shit. Like, dude, you know us, we get stiff as a board. Oh fuck.
Well, women do that too. We move and flip over. And
No,
flip
like it's
around.
done. Like we oh
Well,
shit.
yeah, y'all. Well, you kind of freeze up to the point where
Back just fucking lock up, nigga.
And I think women squeeze you more when you do it.
Y'all
Like
do.
we go.
Like what
with
the fuck?
Kegels and
Niggas
go
back
like that.
as soon as a nigga nut back
And
lock
dude like,
up.
no,
Like,
she
oh,
didn't do it.
shit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker strong.
Yeah.
But
Kegels
anyway.
go in. But no, you. I just wanted to know.
I mean, as far as like now you start like, okay, well, yeah, I guess
You.
then yeah.
you would say.
and to speak like from old to young, I get it. With young people, all that is you nigga be up and be malnutrition, about to have a stroke trying to fuck a motherfucker. But when you get grown, You get right to it. You get an attitude. What the hell?
Nutrition.
It be on both sides. You both. She got something to do. I mean, what? You think we gonna be fucking all night? No.
But see, that's true, but then that's the part too that you really have to keep in mind, because you should have those moments.
Actually, my nigga,
as an older person, you should have moments where you're still exploring each other. That's how you keep stuff.
I
cool,
get that.
man.
I do.
You can't do it every night, and I agree with you, because you got kids, you got this, they running in the room, you trying to make sure they go to sleep. I get it. I have kids.
I ain't got the energy no more.
Exactly.
I ain't the type of nigga like a teenager be sneaking coochie and shit. It's just not,
No, you just slide it in while you sleep. And so
yeah.
on. Oh yeah, girl.
So all that exploring, you ain't got time when kids.
You like, hold on, motherfucker, that you just wait, and then you just go to it too, because she probably laying there, didn't know it was coming, and it was like, okay, yeah, all right, then. Like that.
I'm a grandpa. I just can't walk around with my nuts hanging around the house. I gotta look all the time.
I just think that people don't explore their bodies enough.
And
women definitely don't.
A nigga need that kind of space to get like that. I got to be able to walk around with my nuts hanging.
Because I think women are just, we're taught like that a man is supposed to be involved sometimes. I think women are a little bit more liberated now, where they're starting to learn a little bit. Oh, I have a vibrator. I have this. Now it's going too much left.
Yeah,
I don't need a nigga for this. Oh, let me tell y'all what
I had an argument. I got a whole argument with wait, back up.
Hold on.
With the masturbation, since we were talking about that in the dildos and the...
Well, I was about to ask y'all about something fun that I just thought I don't want to forget. Would you get a vibrating panty vibrator for your wife, and every time that you wanted to press it?
Oh yeah, I would.
Would you do that?
Yup.
I thought it was so fucking dope.
That shit's funny.
Man, the women were like standing there, and the husband they was like, "Hey, babe," and then the women are like,
I do it to random motherfuckers too.
Well, no, you put it in her.
I know.
And your wife is like at like a restaurant or something, and she's walking to the bathroom, and you just.
I do it to just random motherfucking chicks. Yo, do this. Okay, yep, let's go.
That shit would be so funny. I saw it on Instagram. It looked really fun.
She said she'd do it.
I would do it.
Just busting
if I had a dude, I would do it.
Yo,
I would do it.
That ass don't do that around me, because I sit there and be like, yo, I'm about to get you at the worst moments.
It wouldn't be my,
I'm gonna get her at the worst moments.
But.
See, now what you say, excessive, ain't that excessive?
What, like excessive nutting?
Excessive nutting.
It is. It's more lustful.
She's not nutting.
Excessive orgasm.
It's more lustful, but I do think I agree, and it is using your life force
all day.
But I think it's more fun for the couple.
Explain this life force that you're using.
Yeah, there's something called prana, which is your life force, and that's your life energy. Everybody has a limited amount of life force. You only got so much energy allocated to you on this planet. That's why you have to be careful how you use it, because one day it's going to run out, and that's when you pretty much get your
because I got a lot of energy.
And
sexually, you can get drained of your prana.
And exactly. And men actually, that's what do men do a lot of times? They die from what? Sex. That's why you're not supposed to like have sex all the time. It's a life force. You have to be
kangaroo rat.
You have to be mindful of that. That's why there's a whole science. There's a book, and it's called Sex Magic. And I have it on my phone. I don't know where it is in here, but I'll pull it up for y'all. But it literally talks about the actual ritual of sex.
You gotta bring that shit in there.
I have it
talk
in here.
About ritual.
I have it in here.
Bring that shit out.
It's
what you mean? This
ritual.
is what women use from day one. What you talking about?
Ritual.
It is a ritual because
what
it's like
been doing.
You go certain amount of days without being in the same room. Y'all don't sleep in the same bed. He prepares the space for her before she comes into the room. She can't come into the room until it's right. They have to have a certain type of lighting in there.
This is all to have
certain type of smells. Yep. But it's a ritual because...
What is the purpose of this, though?
The purpose of this is sexual energy is the most creative and the highest vibrating energy on the planet. You can literally create and manifest whatever you want in sexual energy, especially if you're creating with a partner.
Create money?
Anything you want. Y'all can literally have sex with each other, and you can be thinking the same thing at the same time and have the same set intention and create and manifest through that energy.
So I need to go home and we need to think about money and just be looking at each other just money.
But that's why I listen though.
Get it! That will be motivational. Then y'all be talking about nigga done raped her. Now, bitch, we was about to hit and you done... I'm talking about rape now. See, y'all be man.
No.
Yeah, you can. At this point,
you know what's funny,
how y'all
man?
say all that,
what's
nigga?
funny and fucked up at the same time. I'm sitting here listening to this nigga talk about my cousin, y'all. Like
I know. I was like,
I'm sitting here like, yo.
I was like, well.
But listen,
I guess.
how do y'all expect for a man
I mean,
to be like that, but then y'all use it? Not you personally. When I say y'all, everybody get mad. But then they use it as a tool. Then every man should be promiscuous. We're trying to find the G spot. We like little leprechauns running around this motherfucker, digging for the rainbow.
For the rainbow.
So why do y'all? It can't be both ways.
Yo, I dare you to go home.
And say that.
Get it on. Get the money. Nigga.
You already know I will. I'm saying
Nigga, I'm
shit.
Nigga,
I ain't never thought about it like that.
You know how hard that shit would be, nigga? Cause check this out. You know how many times I want to fuck around with my wife and be like, yo,
well, let me
right
get
when I bust, I want to be like, yo, boom goes the dynamite. I think about wanting to do that every time, but I can't do it.
Peep game. I'm gonna put it in there.
It don't work out.
Let me go home.
Boom goes the dynamite.
I done fucked the shit out of my woman.
And it don't work out.
And the next day I get some money
That'd
or
be a hell
something.
of a
Boy,
fucking laugh afterwards, wouldn't it? You would laugh, wouldn't you?
I
Like,
better not go through no
boom
ritual
goes the
where
dynamite.
I have sex
Good, thanks.
and money come. Nigga, I'm be tearing somebody up.
Even if he worked it.
That's corny.
It is corny as fuck. But it's funny. You're laughing.
But listen, I got another, because I'm deep. Listen, I'm deep. So if you can lose your prana,
I got it
can
from
sex
American,
make you
not
lose your
American
soul?
Dad.
Can it make you lose your soul?
Mm-hmm. Your soul, your honor, your
I
pride,
feel
Why
like
gotta be
people
stupid, yo?
always-
your dignity.
Dito called me stupid.
I think people always are, I think sex can compromise a lot if you allow it to. I think you just have to be wise about what you're,
Yeah, they
doing.
talking about you, baby, but I hold us down. We good. We finna get us some money. Think money, baby. You already know what I'm finna do. Money, baby.
It's so crazy. Like,
This woman done told me I can go home and find money in the womb. Nigga, I'm finna go look.
Well, the womb is where creation
There
is.
you go.
Remember?
Don't tell me nothing. I got you.
Creation
That shit is funny
is
as
in
fuck,
the womb
yo.
anyway. So I think this is it right here. Actually, it's
Nigga,
Randolph
I'm gonna work it
Pascal.
and put it in the air right now.
I hope
Nigga.
this comes up. I thought I downloaded this book, but I don't know if I did. But his name is Randolph Pascal, and he actually was the one who wrote Sex Magic. That's
The
what it's
money
called.
is in the womb. Okay.
So it literally is a book that just tells you about the rituals of sex and how important it is in regards to what type of energy it is. Because sex is, that's why it's
I don't
so
like
powerful
the word
if you
sex
think about
ritual. I just don't.
Well, ritual people don't like because, it's always associated with something negative, a ritual or some witchcraft or some shit like that. But rituals are just a practice, something that you do, a way that you practice something. And it just is more intricate. It's not just you just doing it freely without any intention.
I know what I could do, what I can relate to.
See, this is it. It's right
when
here.
you say that.
Sex magic. Sexual magic. That's the book.
Yeah, that's called pussy whip.
Now the
I keep
chapter
simple terms. That pussy whip, sprung.
Magical charge, planetary
Nose
charges, fluid. Oh, even in here, y'all, it talks about the fluids. So we're talking about semen and we're talking about vaginal secretion, right? In this book, it also talks about how it's important to eat, to drink.
She freaky, huh? What are you? What's your sign?
Virgo.
I'm a Virgo. But to drink the secretions of your partner.
But she is, though.
Think about that. Like, drink the secretions of your partner. So the woman drinks the semen, and the man drinks the juice from the woman's.
No.
Why would we do that?
It's a part of the ritual. It's a part of.
How we gonna get enough of that secretion from her to? Man, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
I mean, like I said,
I'm real
It might
funny
happen.
about
It might happen if I'm eating her out.
secreting from any goddamn thing.
It's not creepy. It's just foreign.
But the way you make it, very
it's
foreign.
secretions.
The way you make it sound.
Well, secretions, that's what it's called. Your vaginal secretions.
Yeah, you can
It
keep
is.
that.
Feminine. The polarity. Y'all tripping.
I love you. You can keep all
They
that.
even
though.
have positions in here. That
Nah, I said it might happen if I'm like down south on
Yeah,
it,
I'm a
but
spitter.
I ain't just finna put it in a
I
cup.
stay down there too long. I got to spit somewhere. I'm not finna.
I might.
I'm not gulping that. You supposed to
I ain't
gulp that.
I ain't finna put in no
It
cup
get,
and drink
you
that
know, it
shit.
get like a nice little tobacco tube spit. You want to just.
Oh my lord!
I know.
so much.
I'm telling you, my mind's fucked up.
So
Well,
much
You
there.
putting all kind of crazy shit in my mind, girl.
I'm not trying have to at all. I promise you. Then it tells you like the energies too. Like we were talking about astrology, right? There's astrology in sex magic. Astrology in sex magic. The moon is the second principal planet of our system. And it's certainly the most important factor, and it bears in mind that the moon is a feminine planet. It talks about astrology in here. Sex magic is all sex magic is the ability to use that energy to create, to manifest. That's all it is. That's why it's a ritual involved, because anytime you're trying to create, when you do like rituals with altars and stuff, and you might have, you know, like you might be doing Oshun, and you might have like sunflowers up there, and you might have pecans, and you might have, you know,
some people call that voodoo.
Some jagged edge playing in the back.
Some people call that voodoo.
Like, you know,
but I'm not against voodoo.
All the Orishas on it.
Because voodoo can be for good or bad.
It was a black shirt, and it had like Yamaya on there. It had like Oshun on it. I had all of the Orishas on my shirt.
Okay.
So those are all African deities. A ritual is having like an altar, and you do like prayer, or you do some type of meditation where you're focusing in on manifesting
Indians
something
do that.
specifically.
Not American Indians, but the Dot Indians, they have sexual gods they go pray to.
Exactly.
But that's what I was about to say. What I can relate to
like
is
the Bhagavad Gita.
Ooh. What's that? The Bhagavad Gita.
The Bhagavad Gita.
But see what I'm trying to say?
Deity, the one that has the elephant nose and all the hands.
What
That's Bhagavad Gita.
has been depicted in that and everything is Kama Sutra. Have you seen the movie?
Correct.
Kama Sutra.
That is true.
That's what I can relate to, because them was.
But that's the same
some
concept.
horny, lustful people in that movie.
But no, even in that, Kama
he
Sutra
even died
is
over that
ancient.
woman because of sex. Huh? He couldn't take it.
I haven't seen it.
But
you ain't never seen Kama Sutra?
But sexual energy with the Kama Sutra is an ancient practice, like the positioning and stuff. It's to manifest certain things.
That's the women that do all the feet.
Like Tantra. Have you ever heard of that?
And the belly dance.
I've heard of it.
So Tantra is like where you suppress.
It's called seducing.
Exactly. So you're using the energy. You're not even physically having sex.
Yeah, they did that in the Bible. That's how we fucked up in the first place.
And you make eye contact. They play certain types
wasn't that like
music.
the shit off of Judge Dredd?
Cleopatra seduced Caesar.
Yes.
Have you seen Judge
Delilah
Dredd?
Delilah seduced Samson.
Have you seen Judge Dredd?
Yeah.
Where they had to put on the head thing and have sex that way?
Mentally?
Yeah,
Same
instead
thing.
of physically.
They doing that right now in the metaverse.
But you have sex physically eventually, but it's more so
eventually.
like the foreplay. Like you said, the mental aspect.
And you said you just look at each other?
You look at each other, you touch each other.
Oh, okay.
There's positions that you get into. You actually sit there and vibe off the energy, because it's an issue of the energy. Sex is an energy. It's not just about the physical act. The physical manifestation is just, and it is like a result of whatever went on.
Can I throw something out there? So when does it go into being a sexual deviant? When does it stay in energy? And when does it turn to being a sexual deviant and a pervert?
When it becomes more animalistic and lower nature. When it becomes less about the connection and about the actual creation of it. That's why you got to be selective about who you sex with.
So if the energy is pure and it's that, then how can that energy reciprocate when there's a transgender, or when you a man but you want to be a woman? Won't that mess up the energy? Like putting a...
I mean, that's the whole point. Like, that becomes...
So this is my point.
Animalistic.
Can transgenders and homosexuals, can they practice the sexual rituals also and get positive results?
Why wouldn't they? Why couldn't they?
I don't think they're going to be able to do it the way that the masculine and feminine
because
do it,
if it's
because
astrology how do you just enter?
It's a different practice. I think it
splice that.
I'm not saying that they can't tap into it. But
universe.
Masculine and masculine is not an
how do you
equal
splice that into
charge.
the universe?
Like if you have feminine energy and masculine energy is positive and negative charge. So it's like if you put two negatives. If you put two negatives together, it's gonna like magnets.
They repel.
They repel each other.
That of course. How do you change that? Because
put the two together and they're opposite, it's going to attract. So based off what the law says and how it works, it would be more animalistic and lower nature when you're having sex with a same gender based off law, based off creation. Not necessarily that it's wrong that they're doing it, because they can do whatever they want to do. But to manifest and create on that level, you got to follow law.
How is it
divine
not
law?
Wrong?
You can't.
Divine law.
Divine law stands. You can't be like, I'm a transgender and I changed myself and now I'm feminine and I operate in that energy, but I was born male, where you're still a representation of the male principle. And the person you're laying down with is the male principle. Now you're missing a very important component, which is the feminine. You're missing that. Whether you look like a female or not. That's not to say we're not made up of both masculine and feminine, but that's what I mean when it's not natural. When I told you that before. It's not that it's wrong. It's not nature. To be gay or to have a same-sex partner. Because it's not nature.
Will
nature
your soul line up with that change? Because you changed your physical and your mental stature. Would your soul line up with that?
Well, your soul is bound to nobody anyway.
But
so
your soul, that's what's already been programmed.
But your soul
beyond your physical mind, conscious, your soul came in with already a consciousness. So
true.
How do you?
But the physical body is just that. It's a vehicle.
How
Your soul isn't even really
force the soul to.
You can't. Your soul always acknowledges who you really are.
So this when it gets deep. So that's how you came here with that soul knowledge, right?
True. But you know, the thing is, too, with like astrology, we're talking about that. There's another thing I learned when I was doing my researches and stuff, was that a lot of times we come with residue from our past lives. So when you're dealing with the ascendant that I was telling y'all about, that's your old sign from your past life before you came here. A lot of people come with stuff that they experienced in past lives and they reincarnate again, and they come with a lot of that. So everybody's changed genders. You've been feminine or female. You've been female. I've been male.
Heard that before.
So the thing is, a lot of times we come with that. And I feel like one of the things that we aren't addressing.
I've never been female.
You have.
So the soul.
Because your soul is not bound to the body.
To the flesh.
You've been
from
female.
A past
We've all been different.
Feminine life.
No.
And it
okay.
chooses to pull on the feminine life of past. Instead of living in the masculine life of future.
Been all men.
So it's the soul that dictates the gender. Is that what you're saying?
Well, just keep it to myself then.
True indeed.
Without me knowing.
Right. I won't tell you that you've been feminine, but you have.
Listen, my man, Mastius.
I'm not gonna say it.
Demastius, I don't know his name. Mastius, Demastius, something like that. On Gia, he says that. He says he remembers his past life. In his past life, he was a woman that had a husband, and he was in Egypt.
But it is, because you're bound not to the body. The
and
body
he's a man now, and he has conscious memory of him being a female and having a husband.
Because we all have a past life. I've been masculine.
He said that, but I'm like, wow.
Well, my last life, I was masculine, because they say you switch genders every lifetime, and it's different. So whatever gender you are now, in your last past life, you were the opposite.
Fuck!
Correct. You were feminine, as was he, and I was male.
We're fucked, bro.
I kind of remember mine just a little bit.
Hey, listen.
I don't want to be a chick.
I'm a real man. I understand I have a feminine side. My feminine side is the way I cook for my kids. I can do everything a woman,
but I like
when I love and nurture.
Well, you like being a guy.
That's my feminine side.
You didn't.
I can relate to femininity. I like a clean house.
Masculine.
I like good smells. I like flowers.
There are men who come back conflicted.
I like a feminine nature.
Conflicted though, but as far as conflicted, how?
I like to be around the feminine nature. I don't like to proceed
tethered to
have a
feminine
nature,
and you don't really let go of it. Some people kind of transition into their incarnations and they're fully embracive of that. Like for me, I'm coming from being male, but coming into being a female, it's very organic for me to accept that and be like, oh, that's fine.
That's what's happening in the world.
I feel normal and natural.
All the
there
women,
are men who come
masculine coming out, and all the male
there are some
feminine
men who
coming
come
out.
in, I feel like, that are like,
and the shit ain't working.
No.
So you enjoy being a guy?
I enjoy being a woman. I've never ever questioned being a male and be like, I want to be a guy. You know, there's people who come in and say, well, I feel like I'm in the wrong body. That's residue. That has nothing to do with whether they're in the wrong body or not. They're in the right body. But from past lives and the residue that you bring over with you, some people just did not process all of that. So you bring that here, and you got to work that shit out.
So you saying I was a lesbian my last life?
You were. Well, you were.
Matter of
like
fact,
men, apparently.
He was one matter of
you
fact.
like guys, because you were a woman.
Wait.
You like dudes.
Man, they made
No.
woman
You
came
were
out
a
of man.
woman.
Woo,
You
man.
switched genders.
Right, but I said I was a lesbian though.
You weren't. You like guys.
No, because
you like men. Sorry.
I'm lost y'all's conversation.
Because he trying to say he was a lesbian. He's like, oh, I was a woman? Well, I must have still like women. No, motherfucker, you like dudes.
Y'all
Stop.
jumped in.
How you know?
You were a female.
I don't know what the hell y'all talking
Anyways,
I
the
could have
point,
been a lesbian. I could have been a stud.
you may not have been.
What's a stud?
How you know?
I don't.
Alright then, I know.
But why would you change it? Because you just want to act like you liked women all the time.
All the time.
That's not necessarily the case. You probably was a pretty little woman too.
Fuck you, man.
You probably a cute little woman over there. Hey, girl. Probably as cute as hell, wasn't you?
Yo.
Now I wish, you know what?
Have my little
I
thought
think
moment.
free will.
Nah,
Free will messed us up.
Nah.
And I think he's getting closer, y'all, because once you get to the melanin, when you get real melanated, that means you like really, really hit it. So you getting there.
What?
When you become extremely melanated, when you are incarnated into melanin, that means you.
What do you mean?
You're kind of evolved spiritually. The darker you are, the more spiritually evolved you are. And please be clear, that doesn't mean that it's like, oh my God, like you're so intelligent on the planet. No, just from a soul level. Your soul has incarnated a lot.
So
I believe that.
People
They say
the
we've
more
been
you
here for thousands and
the
thousands
more you
of
reincarnate,
years.
the darker the body comes back.
Yeah, because those are the people of antiquity. If you look at the planet is,
No,
has what color?
So you telling me if I die, reincarnate, come back?
What I mean is,
would I be a white boy?
No, what I mean is, it's not that because everybody that's melanated, we have all different shades. What I'm saying to you though, you find those very, very dark melanated people that are very dark, like James.
I knew
dark like that. Spiritually
I knew that was coming. That's why I just went on.
Spiritually, I say it because
like
it's
James,
true.
for instance, black as hell. Hey, I'm all right.
But what I've studied from my study is that those are the people that their souls are very old, because if you're dealing with antiquity and you're dealing with the people,
So you saying this nigga old?
His soul is
ancient.
He's very evolved.
And
and let me tell you something.
I'm sick
let me
of
tell you
playing
what's
with y'all,
dope,
but
right?
this gonna be the last
people
run though. I'm not coming back to this motherfucker again.
People who, and that's usually
y'all better get it right. I'm not playing.
That's usually the
That's
case.
it.
Usually the people who are either homeless or people who have kind of evolved to that level, they don't return, and then a lot of them are just here for help. Like the homeless, people feel so sorry for them.
One last time.
People who are homeless, it has nothing to do with the fact that they're homeless, because they just don't catch a break.
Why you think
people who
Jesus
are
was
homeless,
black and they crucified him? They're not black niggas though. They put him on the cross. Quick.
People who are homeless tend to
And
be
just like
old
y'all are
souls
today, all y'all
that have
told them.
incarnated. They've
There you
had a
go.
lot of material.
There you
They've
go.
had the money. They've had all of the stuff that this planet has
Junior.
to offer. Now they're just here to help. And then they're just here as aides. They don't really care about the material stuff because they've experienced all that.
How'd you get
people
here?
who are
Jesus?
homeless, you tend to
Y'all
see
been
them,
telling on Jesus
and they're not
forever.
really, they ain't really worried about the material. They've had it. So they're just here as a help. So when you feel sorry, oh my God, I feel sorry for living in the streets.
Who forgave your sins, boy? Jesus.
There's a reason. They're older souls. They're very evolved.
Who raised you?
And
Jesus.
if you talk to them, if you ever sit and talk to a homeless person, a lot of times they got a lot of sense, or they're really talented, or they have some dope
Homeless
ability
people
or whatever.
got more sense than civilized
They'd
people.
be like, I play this instrument, I play the cello, I do this, I was this
Listen.
way, I used to own a restaurant. I mean, they're
Listen,
beyond
let me say this.
mentally.
I've talked
You
to
ever sit and
homeless
talk to
people.
them?
They're waiting, like what we say, waiting on God and the rapture. They have physically given up everything for their belief. I know a white boy, he don't want to be, and the nigga had on some clean white clothes one day. Fuck me up. Like, nigga, where you getting white clothes?
They not worried about that.
And then I met a rich white homeless dude, and he told me Bush was going to win. Bush is going to win, and he said, you're kind. They're going to throw away the key and lock you up and throw away the key. He said that scared the shit out of me.
Not your
This was
kind.
like, yeah. He didn't mean it like that, but he was just shaking his head. And I could tell he was rich, but he ran away from the money.
They don't care about it. They're materialistic.
Spiritual people that are really here, really like chosen people, were like Green Mile. Same shit. They kill you with the love. That nigga couldn't take it.
Like, what's it call it? Like Beyonce, Jay-Z's, people like that, their souls are young. And the reason I
Ignorant
say that
dumb
is
motherfucker.
because they are so into the material. Even though they're present themselves as though they're knowledgeable, they're learning. I mean, they have a lot of knowledge. They know this, they know that. But on a soul level, they're young. They're babies. They're infants. That's why they're so about the material. Let me get this. I need money. I need, I'm rich. I'm a billionaire. I'm all this.
50-year pawpaw. I
Oprah,
look crazy.
people like that. Spiritual, like from a soul level, they're infants.
I've
They're
been
babies.
here before,
they're new.
y'all.
They're new souls. Because anytime you're really locked into the material world like that, it's the issue that your soul is young. So you want to experience everything on this plane. You want to be locked into that. As you evolve, you'll find that those people are less attracted to the material world, and they're more drawn into the inward things, like he said, spirituality and like the intangible stuff. They're more locked into that, and those two things can't live in the same place. You
Yeah, I
can't
got my
be
master's
rich.
degree this lifetime. I'm about to get my
You
master's
can't be
degree
rich
this lifetime.
and have be
Salute to you
super
niggas.
spiritual. It's
And
hard.
I hope I see you in the
because
higher plane.
one-
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? One does not coincide with the other.
You know how the old dudes should come back to high school about 4-5 years out, and they still doing what we do? That's us right now. You've been supposed to graduate, but you niggas can come back for a couple more lifetimes. Go on.
But you have to
fun.
until you get it. Until you
That's
get
what
it
God
right.
is. I got all the time in the world. You want to reset?
Until
You want to
get
really
it,
reset?
You're gonna come back.
I'm gonna give you another life.
Well, I want to come back, but at the same
I
time,
don't want
guys,
to come back. Not here.
we need to start shutting it down.
You will. You'll come back.
We need
You want to?
I do.
When you ignorant, you
No,
come
you don't.
back.
If you know enough, you
It's
won't.
just like being flunked.
'Cause
We some
eventually,
flunkies.
You want to leave this. You
Everybody
wanna
on
graduate
earth is a
this.
flunky.
Just
Well, I
like
don't
go
know
to
what's
school.
after this.
You
so-
here because you couldn't
Well,
have seen
the concept
thousands of
was
years
after
ago,
this
and you're
is
still trying to let your soul
really
free.
an issue
Amen.
of the astral and like going on to other dimensions.
And you
stuff.
entertain-
This is just a stop
Just like
on
you
the,
was in the Bible.
You know,
Okay.
We still
It's a
pagans and
As long as
chasing
there's something
idols.
else.
there is something else. There's
We
other
still
dimensions and
fornicate,
everything.
murder,
It's
kill,
other
and
planets
sin.
with other life forms, all that.
Well, I don't want to be no fucked up life form, y'all.
Brother,
I
you
wanna-
ain't
I
no
wanna
life
be-
form.
I
You're
wanna-
gonna be
We
formless.
still
when
are
you
Sodom
leave
and
here.
Gomorrah.
Well, I mean, as far as coming back to something, like, I don't want to come back as a roach.
Well, you can't because there's levels to
They
that
say a
too.
roach should be the only thing to survive this
know that,
motherfucker.
right?
All right,
That'll
so
be the
we'll talk
last
about
thing
that
on
probably
earth.
tomorrow
Will be a
on Hot
roach.
Topic Thursday.
There's levels
We about to
The
shut
nigga of the insect family, roaches. That's what
about to
they gonna
see-
survive,
we
just
about
like
to-
us.
We about to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? So we'll catch you
As
with y'all
one.
tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? And it's Hot Topic Thursday. We'll probably continue the conversation.
That'd be nice.
I mean, we
Bam.
jumped all over the place.
I mean,
on
we
this.
are.
We did. We did.
That's all right though.
We're everywhere.
That's
Get you some
not
books
everywhere.
and get to study
It
on.
was stayed on course. I feel like it just kind of jumped with. But
Don't
this was
take
the-
nothing
the
we say.
centralized.
But it, you know,
For
them
fact.
kind of topics branch
Go
off. though.
find out
Thank
yourself.
They got branches.
Find out who you are.
But
I'm gonna read this book.
No.
We about to shut
Library,
it down,
you can't check
guys.
them out. You gotta come read.
enjoy your
Aw.
night.
find
We'll be
it.
back
I got
here
to keep
tomorrow
my
night.
books.
So go ahead and
I'm
follow
gonna
us.
find them.
Get us on
This
there.
is knowledge.
We'll continue it tomorrow, guys.
I'm gonna bring some of mine too. Bye, everybody.